Wow, man. Okay. Oh, okay. Hello, my beautiful Aries. We have freedom. Aries. What the fuck? Oh my god, Sabrina. Aries. Why am I screwing up with everybody today? It's all good, Sabrina. You're good. You're good. You got this. And, hello. I don't know what the date is. The 13th? I'm so bad, man. Okay, it's the... What are we today? Holy shit. I have no idea. 13? 17. Donations? All right, let's begin. Wow, man, Sabrina is like all over the place this week. Oh my MG. Like, what the F is going on? Wow. Halfway, and Sabrina is psycho. Okay, let's do this. It's like freaking thunderstorm on its way. All right, the tower is here. All right. Hello, my beautiful warriors of love. My name is Sabrina, and welcome to this weekly reading. We're at the end of Aries season, like I said, on Instagram and Facebook, and there's a lot of fiery energies rising within us. You know, like I'm getting a lot of reports from friends and followers that they're feeling the feels on a physical level, which is normal, I guess, because at one point it has to come up, and where it's going to come up within the physical vessel. So I don't know how you're feeling it. There's a lot of people experiencing dizzy spells, vertigo, ear ringing, disruptive sleep patterns. You know, I'm like a what do you call it? What do you call that? I'm the spokesperson for sleep patterns, but this week I'm not going to really do a lot of talking because I'm doing a podcast with a friend of mine, Katerina Lukin, and we do it Wednesdays and Saturdays, so that's already 2 weeks of talking. So I think that if you could join that would be awesome, and join the conversation there. We're going to be talking about the energies, you know, or things that are coming up in the field, but also, you know, we're touching up this on Wednesday. We'll be touching up on vulnerability. We're going to be talking on, you know, detachment, fear, relationships, all the things. So come check us out. It's here on this channel. I'm posting it here or on Spotify, and soon it'll be on like multiple channels. I'd love for you to join me there. Today I will talk about, I'll be giving 2 free giveaways. And that's it. Like, I feel like I want to talk to you guys. That's the thing. When I get here, I'm like, I want to talk to you about what's going on. And there is like a lot of coming up for me. And there's one thing I will talk about, which I do talk about in the podcast a little bit, is this like movement away from like this feeling and knowing. You know, I sometimes feel these ugly emotions that come up, these ugly states of being that are coming up. Like, I feel ugly, I feel like fat, I feel this, I feel that, but in my knowing is so much greater than my feeling that it doesn't even compute anymore. So I don't know how you're feeling about that, and check out that episode because we talk a lot about that. So let me go into the winners of this one question reading. Two winners I'm going to pick if I can find it. Okay, so I have April 2024. Really? Okay, yes. So choose. So April 2024. I'm picking a winner. We have Katrina, SV2JH. Welcome. I don't think I've ever given you a free reading. And Patil. Woohoo! I haven't heard from you in a long time, so send me a 1-question reading, please. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Aries. Let's get into these readings. The readings, like the overall energies, are really potent. I feel like they're very beginner, like starter, like start at go kind of thing on a Monopoly board. We're at the go again. Like, we're starting fresh. I don't know, like, let me know again how you're feeling about this, because that's the energy that's showing up here, as uncomfortable as it might seem for many of you out there. So let's get into these readings. I will see you there. Love you. I also want to thank Carol, who is a Gemini here. Thank you so much for buying me this beautiful opal, Australian opal, with this blue line in it. It's gorgeous. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. You're beautiful to me. Thank you so much. All right. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Aries. We have action, which is appropriate for Aries because that's what you are. You're a divine masculine energy. It's all about action. You're a fire sign. So this is showing up because some of you have been inactive for a while. It's showing up because some of you have been afraid, taking a step back, being like more comfort zoney with your life, being afraid to speak up, being afraid a little bit to speak up to your partners, to people, because maybe they have something that you need. And you know, like, there's a lot of this coming up for a lot of people, and it's like, it's that final push through, that final, like, you're okay on your own. Like, it's not about being alone either, being independent. It's okay to go ask for help, but action to me is this feeling that you are holding back from making this decision because of fear, right? It's usually a fear-based. What are you afraid of? Why are you sitting on your laurels here? There's no reason to do it. Well, I don't have enough money. This happened in my life, and there's always an excuse. I feel like this is like coming up, and it's like, it's time to rise. It's time to make it's time to make a move. So let's see where in your life you're being asked to make this move. I mean, you know, but this could help us see a bit more. Yeah, interesting. You're here. Rest and rejuvenate. You're at the Four of Swords. See, he's just like sitting in the forest, which is beautiful, the Four of Swords energy. But this is almost too comfortable. I feel like some of you are holding back a little from making an uncomfortable move, which you have deemed to be very uncomfortable, right? So that's why you're like, oh, I'm going to stay here. If I ask for this, I might get rejected. If I send out that text, then I might be rejected. And but so what? So what if you get rejected, right? So that's the answer, right? So what if you get a no? So what if you get a yes? So what if, so what? Why are you, afraid? Why are you, the holding on to comfortable is not where we're at right now. If we want to make a change, we got to get super uncomfortable. We got to move through the storm. Action, people. So I kind of like this. Okay. The next one is the shadow, which is the moon. How very interesting. See, there's this, so he's looking at his shadow, his mirror. The moon card is interesting. It's listening to your intuition. It's also, the moon is, are you holding on to a secret? Are there people being secretive around you? Is there the moon always feels a little bit duplicitous to me, because there's always that feeling like you're hiding behind the facade. You're hiding behind the facade, or there's someone in your life hiding. And that's why you're afraid to ask something. And that's why you're afraid to make this move, because you're very the moon is this divine feminine energy, which is all about your emotions, but it's also about moving into being comfortable in the dark, right? The void, the void is the feminine. So where are you in your life where you're not comfortable with yourself? What are you hiding from? Who are you hiding from? Is there like something coming up within your shadow? Like, is it coming up that's making you uncomfortable? Can you sit back and actually observe that? Can you stand in the awareness of this discomfort instead of walking away or running away or hiding in the forest kind of thing? That's the metaphor here. There's action that needs to be taken. You are scared. The challenge is the High Priestess. This is the all-knowing card. The challenge position. So you are in full cognition. You fully know that you are sitting on your laurels. You know that you're like holding back. You know that you're in your little zone of, because you're afraid to make this move, because your whole life this shadow has appeared and has made you, your ego, right? It's your ego kind of. It's your ego always showed up and said, no, you can't do this. You're not good enough. You're not this, blah, 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 blah. Or someone else in your life is doing this to you in a hidden kind of way, right? In like what people say in the narrative, the gaslighting kind of way. But at the end of the day, it's your choice to allow this, right? Like, we choose who is speaking to us. We choose who is treating us like shit. We choose it. What do you mean? Yes, we do, right? You choose to stay. You choose to allow. This to me is like, you know better. You're not trusting yourself. And that's why you're having a hard time taking action. Stop holding on. This a little bit could be victim mode, right? Stop holding on to the excuses. Stop holding on. Even if someone else is doing it to you, that really is not yours to take on. Right? You can acknowledge it and see it and say, hey, yeah. Like, you can even speak up about it. Say, that's just not working for me. But stop being afraid of it. Stop hiding. If someone is on your side, or if someone is here to help you, or if someone is here to walk along your side, they will show up at this present time. If they are not here, they're not meant to show up right now, and let it be. And trust. Can you do that, Aries? I know you're like a Taurus a little bit, you're a bit like stubborn. But can you allow it to just be? Without hiding, though. This is the thing. This is interesting here, because it's not about hiding away. I'm letting it be. No, it's being aware of it and saying, yes, I realize that but I have communicated myself to this person. I have expressed, instead of just assuming and saying, well, he hasn't responded, or she hasn't done this, or did he or she or then. Always blame, blame, blame. No, man. You know what you need to do. You know. So just do it and then let everything be. So you have a clear conscience. The moon, sometimes it buries inside. Your emotions get buried inside, your mental, your everything. Because you're hiding. No more hiding. Let's see what our card is here. Wow, the Two of Wands, which is Aries. Movement, choices, decisions. This is big. You know, when this card came out, I was like, the Two of Wands? Like, that's like the guidance card. And it's like, yes, we're not, nothing else. So that makes a lot of sense now as I'm reading it. Because this speaks of, it's you who has the choice here. Stop giving your power away to everyone around you. You know what you need to do. So what if he or she or it, or he or she or it, like the robot hasn't answered you? So what, right? Like, it's, you have the power in this. Because this is your journey. This is your life. This is your human experience. So where are you going to move towards? Is it towards bettering your life? Is it towards passion and enjoying? Or do you want to continue staying here in the unknowing and not the unknowing, because the unknowing we have no idea, but in the like fear of moving on. You know, like there's a one key takeaway from all this is that things don't happen when you want them to happen as a human. Things happen when it's going to happen. So if you put out that text, and if you go out and call that person, and if you go out and speak to that person and their reaction is not how you expected in your mind, let it be. It takes a while for people to actually like sit with what you've expressed to them, right? It does. So can you trust it enough to let it go and then continue and move onto another path? Because the attachment and holding on to that person is doing what for you? It's just making you feel like this, and you're going to continuously cower away. Interesting. Your advice is bronzite, which I will have to look, but it's a 13. Bronzite. I can make up something in my head, but I'm not going to make it up because I have no idea what it is. It's a time to be sure to trust the conscious universe and remain true to your authentic self. It appears with the message that loyalty must be earned. Be judicious in extending your trust, knowing it is a gift from the conscious universe that must be honored. Respect others by being trustworthy yourself, speaking of them in ways that are honorable. Heal the past by owning your role in it so you can trust yourself again, having learned the lessons that will strengthen you. Nice. Be steadfast in your convictions as you work with others to build and maintain a firm financial foundation for yourself, or a firm, like, let go of your self-doubt. It's telling you that you can be trusted to know what you need to do to make good decisions. So it's like trusting yourself, basically. It's trusting that this, it's funny I put it on top of this, trusting this, because you know, but you don't know. And it's trusting that it's okay to not know, but it's also okay to express. Instead of always holding back and not doing because I'm afraid he's going to say no, she's going to say yes, she's going to... So allow it to just be what it is and move. Love it. Then we have, when peace is your priority, negativity cannot exist. How can you see through the eyes of source energy and prioritize your inner peace? Right? This is the same kind of feeling. Same idea. It's like, why is it okay that you're not peaceful in your mind, in your body, in your soul because of someone else? Find that peace. Speak up. Act. Like action is required here for you, Aries. You're being asked to make moves, to speak up, to do things, to say leave, to go, whatever it is for you. But it's like yours. And yours alone. It's not because of someone else, and it's not for someone else. It's for you. Where in your life is that happening? This is a really beautiful energy. All right. Wow. Deep. I love you. Check your rising and your moon as usual. Also like, share, comment, subscribe. It super thanks me if you can. Join my Ko-fi membership. And thank you to my Ko-fi member, Laurie. That is an Aries. I appreciate you. And have a great week. And that's it. Join my podcast. Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can find it here on YouTube. Love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Taurus. My Taurinis. My bulls. My friends. We got abundance. Like, this is just above and beyond. And if this is not like a message that's coming through for all of you and me, I mean, it comes every single week, right? Without, it's like months now. So abundance is here. Abundance of love, abundance of money, abundance of health, abundance of fun, abundance of everything. What are you doing with it? Why like we've been seeing abundance for months now, and now is it not showing up in your life yet? Why do you think? Are you holding on to it? Are you attaching to it? Well, she told me it's going to come, so it has to come. There's still fear attached to money? Is there still fear attached to love? Is there, like, are you letting go? Are you able to just allow for it to flow through you? And I'm going to tell you a little story, because I could say maybe 7-8 years ago, I asked to the universe, God, my higher self, I asked, you know what? I would love to live a life that is super calm, peaceful, full of love, full of calm, right? Serenity. And now I have it. And I find myself like sometimes bored, but I asked for this. I asked for this calm life. And that's what this is. It's when you ask for whatever this was for you, can you be patient enough to allow it to just flow when the time is right? Huge. I love you. It's amazing. All right. Root chakra. Like, that is amazing. The root chakra is related to Taurus. Root chakra is like below, like your legs and down below. It's your grounding, right? Root chakra is all about stability, financial stability, money. It's like your family, your roots. That's what's showing up. So are you rooted? Are you fully grounded when it comes to your home, your family, yourself, your finances, whatever this is? This is showing up, so some of you might not be feeling so grounded. Or maybe you are. Let's see. Oh my God. I forget when I pull these cards on. Ace of freaking Pentacles, people. This is the Taurus card. This is a Taurus card, a Virgo Capricorn, but it's a Taurus card. It's like money is here. Like, here we're grounding, and now the roots are growing and things are moving into fruition. So I don't know, like some of you might be getting your taxes back, which is really beautiful, but I feel like it's way bigger than taxes back. Maybe you have like, a good, like something is positive happening towards this. Like maybe some of you have gotten a raise or a promotion, or like a new project has just landed on your lap. Maybe this is just your garden is growing, right? Like you're blooming, you're feeling great about yourself. There's like a harvest here. It's freaking amazing, by the way. I don't know. Maybe some of you are buying a new home, selling a new home, you're making money on it. But this is bloom time. The challenge. Let's see what the challenge is. The Tower is the challenge. The Tower is the challenge. So the Tower is a Mars energy. Mars is all about action. It also rules Scorpio. Also rules Aries too. So let's see this. Why is the Tower showing up? Obviously, there is some massive change happening in your life. So maybe some of you are divorcing or separating. Maybe there is breakups happening within relationships, or maybe you're quitting, getting fired. Like all these like events that happen in our lives are not there just to be overlooked. They're there because it's really important to pay attention to them, right? Because they're coming up. A lot of us just dive into that icky energy because we're like, oh my God, and then we get all like heady about it instead of seeing it as the universe pushing you out of the way or pushing someone out of your way. And this is what's happening here. Like when it comes with money, and this is the interesting, there's home, family, stability. There's an overhaul with how money is supposed to flow into your life. Overhaul how like prosperity or love, or however it is flowing into your life. It needs to be disruptive for it to flow. So like I almost feel like there's a stagnancy with you, Taurus, and hence maybe that's why some of you are not seeing the flow. And the Tower is like, yeah, you gotta shake shit up here. We're not here to stand in the swamp. You're not here just to stand like and be what do you call it? A bystander, right? You're not here just as a background actor. You're here as the director. And as a director of your character, where in your life you think you feel like your character needs to make changes. It's like big, it's big because it's really big for Taurus. Taurus is comfortable as F in the swamp. Like, even if they're in the mud, they're like, oh, do I have to take my foot out of the mud? I'm like actually comfortable here, right? It's okay. You overlook the bad. We focus on the good. And then it's like where in your life is the universe shaking you up? Is really pay attention to that. Where is it like that you're at the edge, you know? And this is the beautiful thing, is some of us are at that edge always. The universe always brings us to the edge. And it's there where your strength of leadership is shown. And your strength of power is shown. The strength of light is shown. What do you do when you get there to the edge? Do you run back into the safety of the matrix? Do you go run back into the safety of the arms of the person that is not treating you well? Do you go back, or are you ready to freaking jump? Or are you ready to stand at the edge and watch things as things just fly, happen? I feel like that is what's happening here for you, Taurus. There's like it's almost, to me, this reading is like the universe, your higher self, source, God, however you want to see it, is like watching you. Every single Taurus. It's like, listen, every week Sabrina shows you this card, and every week you doubt her because you say something like, well, it hasn't happened, and then you lose, you get off the path, right? Or you say something of fear, and you don't surrender to the cards. You don't surrender. You don't allow things to just happen. You keep it in your mind. You attach to the abundance. You attach to the money. And I need to come in and freaking change it up for you, because you're like, you're being too safe. And Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, we're safe, right? We tend to play small. Yeah, we're big. We're big when we like have to go to restaurants and whatever, buy things, and we're like 5 sensory people. Yeah, 100%. But no more playing safe. We're not here to play that. We're here to walk through this. I don't know if you any of you listen to my podcast, but in podcast episode number 4, I believe. Yeah, or 3 or 4. Katerina, my friend, talks about the cow and the bull walking through the storm. Where the cow is afraid and the bull, Taurus, walks right through. Right? So I find that that's what's happening right now. You're being tested. Do you feel the test? Because I feel it. What? Like, these cards are freaking awesome, man. Anyways, victory and success, people. 6 of Wands. This is like, it's time to toot your horn because you're learning the lesson. Are you willing to go? Are you willing? The Tower card is deep, because the Tower card is, are you willing to go up against the storm? Are you going to repeat the same patterns again in this relationship, in this marriage, in this friendship, in this familyship, in this job, in this wherever the Tower is showing for you? Because to me, and it's something that you have, maybe you need to like balance your root chakra, and you can listen to I don't know what frequency it is, but you can go look up. I listen to Inner Lotus music on YouTube, and they have freaking amazing. I love them. And you can ask for root chakra, and they'll show you something there. It could be 432, 572, but there's this feeling to me here that you're there. You're freaking there. I'm there. We're there. And victory is calling our names. Success is calling our names. But we're just there's that fear of not trusting the universe. Not everything is in play. Can you let it go? Because prosperity is yours. Abundance is yours regardless of where you are in your life. It has nothing to do with a job, your career, inheritance. Has nothing to do with that, by the way. Your abundance is built in when you arrive onto this earth as a light, as the one. We are abundant. And then we lost it along the way because we lived the human experience. But now it's like, it's time to freaking be triumphant and to herald, like this is it for us. And but only if you can face this, fully confront this, because we've been seeing it come up over and over again for you. Are you ready to say goodbye? Are you ready to say hello? Are you ready to fully love yourself on this journey? Because when you are, this prosperity happens. You can shout it out at the rooftops, because this is what's coming for you. Okay, it's really deep. I love it. Okay, gratitude. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for wherever I go. I mean, gratitude is like, I don't know if you do gratitude practices, but I'm like, you know that a lot of you, like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like literally grateful for the sheets. I'm like, I'm grateful for everything. And sometimes I forget my gratitude though. Like, and you remember, like, being grateful to everything else means you're being grateful for yourself as well. So that's a really good practice to follow. Aqua Aura Quartz. I don't know the crystals enough to tell you what it means, so I'm going to look it up. Let's see what is coming up for us. The Earth is only one planet within a solar system, within a massive galaxy that itself is mere speck within a vast universe. Okay. How awesome is it is to recognize the power we all have when we choose to see ourselves as part of this incredible creation. And when we tap into the universal consciousness that continually generates love and guides us with the wisdom of the ages. The appearance of this crystal is a message to you to seize your cynicism and worry and open your heart to the wonder that is your life. How unlikely we all are, and yet we are here. Drink in the magic of life in your body on this planet and let yourself be filled with wonderment. Open yourself to healing in its many forms as the universal consciousness eternally creates new beginnings and generates abundance. I mean, like, today's a day to appreciate the magic that is everywhere. Like, yeah, dude, let's do that. Because it is everywhere, because you're it. And also you're the mirror of everything that you see that is beautiful in your life, right? And you're also the mirror that everything you see is ugly in your life. That's something we really need to pay attention to. But to me, what the most important card here is the Tower, because I feel the Tower has shown up for... The Tower is a huge card. It's a card of collapse. It's a card of movement. The only way to abundance of everything is to actually face that fear, face that which is that conflict, confront whatever it is that you have been overpassing, because abundance won't flow in otherwise. One last message is, this is not your practice life. Decide. What is your inner voice telling you about the dream in your heart? Wow, that's beautiful. Number 22. Again, it's kind of that mirror, right? So why are you hanging on to that which makes you uncomfortable in your life? Why do you consistently go there, Taurus? Why are you being stubborn about like the wrong things in your life? Like, you're being stubborn about, I'm gonna do this because I said I was gonna do this 10 years ago and I'm gonna do it. Maybe that's not where you're supposed to go. Can you let everything go and just be and trust? To me, this is a huge thing for you. Abundance only flows in when you are completely trusting of everything. And you're not Like we think we need to make moves, we need to make plans, we need to do this. We don't need to do anything. Nothing. Just do the things you love. If you enjoy your work, then freaking continue doing that and watch as it flows in. But if you're like drudging every day, and if you're like the abundance will take a like a detour. Wow, these are big cards. All right, enjoy. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Oh, I love you. Check your rising and your moon, and love, like, comment, subscribe, and super thanks me if you can. Also, thank you to Lynn and Kinga, my beautiful Tauruses, for supporting me on Ko-fi. If you want to support me, you can join my Ko-fi for a one-time donation or for monthly, like they do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, book a session with me. I love to meet you. I've been meeting so many interesting people online on my Zoom calls. It's very beautiful. And check out my podcast. Wednesdays and Saturdays, people. We'll have fun, join the conversation, you leave comments, whatever, we talk about them. We're going to be doing lives soon too. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, I'll leave you now. I love you. Have a beautiful week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Gemini. We got flow. Now, this card I want to read to you. I won't read anyone else's card, but this one I want to read because I like her message. There are times to hold on tight to the shore, and there are times to enter the flow. Notice where life is going and move in that direction. Watch for signs and follow them. Don't resist. When you go with the flow, your life force expands and healing on all levels abounds. This is also time to release old limiting patterns, forgive and let go of the need to be right about your beliefs. That's a big one for everybody, by the way. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you're being self-critical or judgmental. When you enter the flow with gratitude and love, you will find blessings surrounding you. You will enter into a state of grace and healing will abound. I mean, self-criticism, judgment, man, that's like, that's a huge one for humans, right? And this is like for me, the water here is completely serene and calm. I like it. It's also heavy with this big moon there. To me, it's like there's a huge emotional healing taking place for you, and we all know that you are a mental sign, but there's something coming up for you, and it's like instead of holding on to it and attaching to it, can you let it flow? And also be patient with the flow. I'm going to talk about patience throughout all the signs, because to me patience is where it's at. It's like we put it out there and then we expect it to happen like pronto, and that's not the way the universe works. Flow is like, let it happen when it's gonna happen. Right? It'll flow down the stream and it'll come to you when the time is right. Sometimes it might hit a rock and stay there for years, and then it'll get dislodged and move down the stream. So we have the Fool card. What a beautiful energy, frick. I love it. It's Aquarius energy, but it's like your brother sign, right? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Here she is on the, like, it's really interesting. It's like a desert in the air, and there's like, anyways, if you see it, there's a desert in the air. And she is heading towards the sun. He, she, whatever. She's climbed up here from Earth, let's say, and moved in. So anyways, the Fool card is like, I'm getting all imagery. The Fool card is like taking risks. Perhaps some of you are feeling a little stagnant. Perhaps some of you are stuck at a rock or in the sand or in like in a tidal wave, a pool, you know, like it's holding you back kind of thing to make this move, because you're fully emotional, you're fully mental or whatever. And the Fool is like this. Like, I can talk a lot about this one, but let's see the cards so I have more of an understanding. Look at this, Six of Swords. Do you know what the Six of Swords is? It's you, honeys. Aquarius. Oh no, Jesus, you're not Aquarius, you're Gemini. There's two Aquarius. Okay, Excuse me, Gemini, don't get upset at me. Okay, stand your ground is your Leo energy. It is your challenge. Okay. I'm going to look at all the cards. Wow, people, 8 of inspiration is 8 of wands, Sagittarius energy. This is all masculine energy. This fire signs, it's air sign. It's like a masculine energy is about movement. As we see, she's jumping. She's walking. She's fucking flying. So, and it's so interesting because here is this like this. The flow is movement as well, but here it's a feeling of more stagnancy. Gemini, there's a feeling here of making moves. You're ready. Like the 6 of Swords energy is this energy of packing your bags, getting on that boat, not looking back. The Fool energy as well. There's no looking back anymore. There's no like, you know, that happened to me, was great. It maybe didn't feel so great, but I need to move on. And I just need to not hold on to that right anymore. This is an interesting energy because this is like having faith in yourself, standing your ground, having faith in yourself, but it's a challenge, so you don't. You know that you want to leave something behind. You know that you need to like get a move on from a job, from a relationship, from a belief system, whatever this is for you. You're raring to go. You're ready to like launch into this new, and your bags are packed, you know, as a metaphor. Your bags are packed and you're like, yeah, I'm ready. And then boom, something is holding you back from actually believing in it, you know, like actually trusting that instinct to just go. Because this to me is very, you haven't even thought about it. You didn't have to think about it. You just like, okay, I'm going. I'm going to take the risk. I'm jumping into this. I don't really care. But a part of me is not trusting this impulsive decision that I've just made. But the plane is already like paid for. You know, like the car is already packed. The path is already in motion. It's all like, it's all ready for you. It's like a boom, boom, boom. That's what it feels like. I don't know where it is for you. Like you've made a choice, a decision within a relationship to get the F out of there. And then there's this part of like, oh, what if it's the wrong thing? What if? This is you asking yourself questions. Like you've like, you're interrupting your flow. Or something has interrupted the flow, and you're questioning it. You know, you're harshly judging yourself. You're criticizing. You're saying, "Oh my God, again, I did this. I chose this. Why did I choose this? Why did I like jump into this? Why did I say yes to this job, this project, this relationship, this whatever this is? Why did I say yes when a little part of me knew that it's not what I wanted to do, or maybe you're just judging. You're just like, I'm not good enough. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I won't be able to like make everything work, make everything possible. Like, stop it, stop it, stop not trusting. Because even if you did jump into whatever this was for you, even if everything is like fast moving for you, because this also could be communication. Like you jumped into something, you're not having faith. Watch, like someone's going to call you, someone's going to email you, someone's going to text you, and it's going to like, okay, let's do this. Like regardless, this is just fear, right? This is like self-doubt, like coming in. Can you trust the flow here? If you like, this is literally some of you just jumped into something. Something came to your desk, something came to your attention, you went for it. And now you're like, Is it the right thing? Do I have enough money? Do I have, like, it's all this like blah blah that's happening. Can you trust the flow? Can you trust that your instinct was right? What if your instinct was wrong? Can you trust it? That the wrong instinct is taking you down the path that is wrong, right? That the wrong path is taking you down the detour that you needed to go down to see, oh, okay, oh, that wasn't the right place. Okay, next. Can you trust all of it? That's what the flow is. Everyone thinks this flow is just like a positive flow. Like, the flow is like gonna open up everything and I'm gonna feel so good. No, man, the flow can take you down the path of most resistance. You know? And that's where you need to be. Can you trust that? Can you trust that whatever's coming to you is because of something, because of an action that you took? And so that it's the result. And are you uncomfortable in it? Are you comfortable in it? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just like standing in the awareness of it and stop like getting upset at yourself. Like, there's like I don't know who I've said it to last week, or I even talked about it in my video. There's no failure in life. There's no wrong turns. Like, I say wrong turns because it's like the wrong turn, the detour is exactly where you need it to be. How else do you learn on this life? We have to learn it on our own. So stop mistrusting yourself. You're on the path that you need to be. Can you trust that flow? Can you be patient with the outcome? Can you love the outcome even if it wasn't as it was expected for you? I wanted this to happen like this, but it didn't happen, so you're wrong, Sabrina. You're this, like, blaming other people. Can you accept that you took this path and you're taking an unknown path, by the way. Every single turn is always unknown. Can you be okay with the unknown? Can we stop with the outcome that is already created in our head? This is what I wanted to happen. Can you just let that shit go and let it flow? So to me, this reading is very clear as to trust this. This is like, some of you have been impulsive. Some of you have make decisions recently that, like, I decided to sell my house. Then sell your house. Don't go back on it. Don't go back on it. Things are going to start to move because of this. Is it, are you, are you going to sell it right away? Maybe not. Maybe you're going to sell it in 6 months, but maybe because those 6 months you were needed at this address. You know what I'm saying? That's the trusting of the flow. It's not always going to go the way you planned it in your head. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Celestite is your advice. I have a celestite. I should have brought out the crystals. Anyways, celestite is 15, which is 6. Oh, I opened it right to celestite. Each of us is a unique expression of the conscious universe, whose endless imagination is also expressed through guides and angels. Did you know that these entities are eager to help you find balance and align yourself with the conscious universe so that you experience all you deserve? You are always connected with magical beings from the angelic realms, beings that are especially gifted at showing us what the eyes don't always see. Your message is today to open to the guides and angels all around you, above you and below you. You have all you need and are always accompanied by these entities who are devoted to bringing love and healing to all of us when we are feeling alone and weak. But to me, celestite is like crown chakra energy. Is like, I understand the connection to guides and angels, but it's connecting to your higher self. It's to trusting yourself, trusting that the messages and the signs that you're getting are for you and you alone. And if you're going off into a beaten path, if you're going off into a detour, if you're going off into what's not normal, can you trust it? That is key here, Gemini. Can you trust the flow that was created for you? Your last message is 35. Turn your worry into wonder. Surrender to the experience. What possibilities can you dream into reality? Stop. Stop worrying. Just live in this unknown. Stop placing expectations, creating outcomes for your life. Go with the flow. Maybe your flow is gonna take 10 years and maybe not 5 years or 5 minutes. Trust it. This is your message. I hope this helped you. Check your rising and your moon if you need other messages. Also like, share, comment, subscribe, and super thanks me if you can. And I would like to join my podcast, peoples. Wednesdays and Saturdays I have a podcast. You can find it on YouTube or on Spotify. It's called Welcome to Your Journey. And please book a session with me. I'd love to meet with you. And that's it. I have so many things I have to say, but that's it. I can't think anymore. I love you so much. Have a good day. Have a good week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Cancer. We got new beginnings. So, I mean, where do we start with that, right? New beginnings. This is like a fresh start is happening in your life. You're feeling maybe a change in the air. You're pushing aside something that is perhaps been very dense in your life. Your new beginning, a new way of looking at things, a new perspective. Like, could be a new job, could be a new relationship, could be all of that. But there's also this feeling of just like baby steps, you know, like everybody thinks this new beginning is like, I have to move into a new relationship. But no, it could be like changing the way you see the world, like little things, like, or changing your sleep routine, or going outside, starting a garden, little things, starting to walk. This feels fresh. This feels like it's necessary. And there's been a lot of emotions and anxiety coming up for you. So let's see what is happening for you. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. I'm trying to see if it's in reverse. Material and spiritual prosperity is in reverse. So there could be a standstill with money in your life. This is a giving and receiving. Perhaps you are giving a lot of money out. Perhaps you have perhaps you've lent money and it's not coming to you. That could be it. There's also maybe perhaps stop spending money. Are you buying frivolous things? Are you buying things that are not necessary? Six is always interesting to me because six always feels like harmony. So there's like a love-hate relationship with money, Cancer. Let's just see what else. Maybe you're like, I feel like here there's like fountains and trees behind, and it's up like there's a lot of emotion attached to money here. So let's see what's going on here. Interesting. Three of Cups, rejoice and celebration. All right. Okay, this could make a lot of sense actually. Okay, let's look at these two. So maybe some Cancers out there are spending money on socializing, networking, taking care of yourself, going out. But this is Three of Cups. It's like coming together with your friends, a lot of money in bars and extracurricular activities. So perhaps you have to be wary and watch your wallet. You know, are you paying for people? Are you putting a lot of money into are you like, generosity is like the most beautiful thing in the world, and there's one Cancer here watching who's super generous with me, so thank you very much. But generosity is a really beautiful thing, but sometimes you don't, like, we waste it on others that are not important in our lives, kind of thing, that are like frivolous, you know, that we do that a lot as humans. We're like at a bar and we pay for everybody just to be part of the group, just to be liked, just to be whatever. And it's like, this is what's coming up for you, Cancer, which is kind of interesting to me, because your challenge is the Eight of Swords. And it's like the Eight of Swords is this energy of getting upset at yourself, like you feeling unloved, feeling unsupported, feeling here I am, giving of myself, like I don't know, like it really feels like you're going out a lot. You're doing a lot of networking, like cafeing, whatever it is, like going out, and you don't feel the love in return. You're being very hard on yourself though, because you're not seeing results. Like there's a high expectation perhaps of how, like this, like, just to say this, if you're socializing, you're going out and you're like paying for all the suppers, you're paying for all the drinks, you're paying for all that, it needs to come from your heart, not because you want a result, not because you have an expectation of like, this person should have returned the favor and should have like taken me out here, this person should have done, but they don't do that because they don't love me, because I'm being used, blah blah blah. At the end of the day, this is your choice, right? To dole the money out, to spend it on whatever. So this is something internal for you. There's like you have a very funny relationship with money. Maybe it's not this week, and maybe it's like coming up from the past as well. But it's almost like emptying of your pockets here, like it's all flowing out of you, right? It's like kind of interesting. So be careful. Don't spend it frivolously. But also, if you did spend it frivolously, if you went and bought that handbag that you didn't need, and if you went and bought like that $1,000 dinner that you didn't really need to, you didn't have the money to do it, can you be okay with it? That it's done, over, next, right? If we hold on to these things, and the thing here is like this holding on of expectation and outcome of whatever this is. Like you did something and now you're expecting the return. When we expect a return, you're never going to get it, or you're never going to get it the way you expect it. So do everything from a heart center without expectation. This is interesting to me. New beginnings. Wisdom, Hierophant. I mean, it's so interesting. The Hierophant is showing up to me as to be a little conservative. I mean, I'm only saying money because it's a Six of Pentacles. So perhaps this is a movement of how you see money, your relationship with money, your relationship with how the spending, how you spend. There's a feeling, a tendency for you guys to overindulge, to pay for others, but also to create situations where you're doing a lot for a lot of people, but you're also have an expectation of it, so you want a return on investment kind of thing, but within your relationships, and that's not the way it works. Of course, you want to balance, but the idea here is that you're here to do things from your heart and not so much the mind. The mind will expect something back. Can you be generous of everything? Because this is like when we are generous with our mind, with like, let's say money, but with our mind, like always thinking, well, I gave her this, so this is what I should get back. The flow doesn't come in. Harder to have a new beginning here. So there's a huge, this is interesting. I didn't think this was going to come out for you. This is more of a personal relationship with material. It's a spiritual prosperity, but it's really with money and how you spend it. And stop feeling bad about it, right? Like I tell people, it's like people, like, you know, we're a little bit excessive in what we have, and like we go and spend a lot of money on $10,000 on purses, which is insane in the membrane. But if you're going to do your nails and you do that every week and that's a pleasure for you, then so be it. That's beautiful, right? You're doing it for you. It uplifts you. It makes you happy. So what, right? But if you're doing things to impress people, if you're doing things because you want something in return from that person, this is when you get into this kind of feeling here. This is where a new beginning cannot begin, because you are always in a cyclone of like massive resistance to the new, because you keep on holding to the old. You keep on holding to what people shoulds, right, of life, and the limitations. You're very limited. And the Hierophant is always interesting. It's like a Taurus energy, but it's like, it could show up as really traditional. It could show us as higher wisdom, right? It's wisdom here. Can you step outside of this and allow yourself to lead with your heart instead of always your mind? And this is a Taurus energy too, so it's really interesting. Okay, this is Cancer, by the way. Carnelian. Oh, Carnelian is very much a Taurus energy as well. Let's see. 14. So, rising above the fray is much easier when you feel confident in your strength and know that the conscious universe is lighting the path for you. There's no shame in feeling unsure as you leave behind the unfamiliar. But this stone is here to help you grow your confidence so you can experience dignity and poise even when it's clear that you are imperfect and not completely certain of what step to take next. You have come so far and grown so much. Give yourself credit and know that you make the best decisions for the good of all when you feel self-assured because you are connected to the universe. You are awake and alert, heeding the signs that guide you on the healing path, so hold your head high. Carnelian lights a fire in your belly, pulls you up by the bootstraps and says, let's go for it. Right, I like it, actually. It's really beautiful. There's just like a feel... Anyways, okay, this is really nice. And this is like a new beginning, right? The Carnelian, it's like you're ready to make some moves in your life that are not laced... Like, you're here to have fun and enjoy your life, but not laced with rejection and self-deprecation, you know, like not like self-loathing, you know, or like or even loathing of another because they're not translating, that, you know, they're not doing like what you say, what you see in your mind, kind of thing. This is a huge thing, actually. Faith. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. It's beautiful. This is like an interesting energy. And then, forgiveness will set you free. What do you need to forgive yourself? These are all like, I could be here for 6 hours with these cards. Okay, wow. I mean, forgiveness is a huge one, because forgiveness is like saying to yourself, listen, I chose to buy this $800, these $800 shoes, and maybe it wasn't the right time, it wasn't the right thing to do, blah, 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 but I forgive myself, and I'm okay. And I have faith that things are going to start moving forward. It's this mindset of like holding back, it's mindset of expecting things from other people, or like getting upset at yourself. No, this is time for new. Like, this is like, that's what these small steps is. This is why I don't feel like it's big things here. These are these little ways that you interact with yourself, little ways that you like treat yourself and expect from other people. It's just these little twinges. What's the word? These little, oh my god, I'll probably write it down here because I forgot. These little like whatever, and these little shifts that have to happen. not have to happen, but these little shifts that are happening for you, that you pay attention, like have faith in yourself, forgive yourself, love the other person. Don't have any expectations of when you do things for others. That's a huge one for humanity. Because when you put expectation, well, he should have said this, and he's like this with me, or she's did that, and it's like, no, that's what you want for yourself. So do whatever you want for yourself. If you get gratitude back, then you know that it's, and if you don't get gratitude back, then you know the next time, right? So what new beginnings, where do you need to make changes in your life, Cancer? Where do you feel like you need to let go of? Where do you feel like you need to like develop more faith in yourself? Stop buying people, you know, stop buying the love and the approval and the validation from people. Buy it for yourself, right? Go to that manicure, go to the spa, do what you need to do for yourself. Don't expect from other people, because no one owes you anything. Okay, I hope this made sense. There was a lot of cards here. All right, my beautiful Cancer, I love you. I'll see you next week. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing really helps my channel, so it's important. It would be great if you could do any of those. And super thanks me as well, or join my Ko-fi. You can one-off donate to me, or join my monthly membership. And also check out my podcast, Welcome to Your Journey, airs Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we talk about everything that's going on. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Leo. We have freedom. Freedom is freedom. I mean, it's pretty clear, right? This is what we're aiming towards in this newer energy. But also freedom is freedom to be you. Can you be you? Can you stop people pleasing? Can you stop looking for validation? Can you stop looking for sameness? You know? Like-mindedness. This is interesting, actually, that came up. Because we enter into communities, we're like, oh, I'm with them because it's like-minded. But freedom is just freedom to be you. Can you be you? Can you be transparent? Can you be vulnerable? I think this Wednesday on the 17th, I think it is, I'm going to be coming out with a podcast about vulnerability. Vulnerability is like huge. This is like being vulnerable frees yourself, liberates yourself to be completely you. Can you be you? Can you step away from following the ways of the world, the ways of your relationship, the ways of your family? You know, like we're always like following. And this is like, okay, it's enough. We're not here to follow. We're here to lead, right? Each and every one of us, because it's our own character that is leading here. You're the director of your character. Can you lead her or him to freedom? Right? So this is like beautiful. A lot of people, what I feel here is some of you are still holding on. You're still hanging on to some comfort zone. You're not trusting yourself to leave the bird's nest. Leave the nest. Leave your home. Buy a new home. What are you holding on to? Well, I'm going to save more money. Like some of you, I feel like it's time to make the frickin' change. If you don't make a change now, when? You know? If not now, when? Like what is happening? Stop holding on. If, like, people don't understand this, but you are the mirror to the earth. You are the mirror to humanity. If you constantly are afraid and you constantly hold on to the old, then that's what you're projecting out into the world. And the world feels that energy, right? And it says, oh yeah, me too, I'm afraid. I'm going to stay. There's never evolution. Evolution happens when you start making changes in your life. Freedom. People's freedom. So let's see. 10 of Wands, Sagittarius. This is your brother energy. The 10 of Wands, look at her. She's climbing up the hill, and there's these little bulls carrying these jars, climbing up with her. It's a heavy load, you know. The 10 of Wands, like resilience. You have the resilience to climb that mountain, to get into that discomfort zone, right? Can you like get to the other side? Why are you carrying burdens, first of all? Why are you carrying so much burden? Why do you carry like so much, well, I can't, Sabrina, because I don't have money, because I can't, like the can'ts and the excuses. These are all excuses. Enough. Enough. Change. How else do we make change in the world? Like, too many, like, what are we waiting for? Are we waiting for someone to make change? No, it's you. You need to make change. You don't have to be like, make the big change. Like, small changes. Take one jug off at a time. That's how we free ourselves. So I don't know what you're carrying. You're carrying like huge expectations. You're carrying other people's problems. You're carrying your own problems. We only create problems because problems are only created in the mind. Yeah, but Sabrina, I have like bills to pay. I have things like that. Okay, so pay what you can. You know, like, stop worrying about it. You are the director of this movie. Like, I've changed that mindset. You know, I'm gonna tell you a little story. Like, speaking of vulnerability, I'm like, I'm like, my cousin was like, you know, why do you have why don't you get a line of credit and swallow up all your credit card debt and everything? I said, you see credit card debt, I don't see anything. I see money that's put somewhere that I'm paying, you know, my monthly interest, and I'm not making it part of my problem. It's something that I had, you know, like, it's there. I'm not gonna, like, oh my God, I am in debt. Oh my God, no, cancel, clear, delete. I'm in this, I'm this and this. No, I'm not gonna allow it to be part of my life. I'll pay the interest and I'll pay whatever it has to have, but I know it's gonna flow right away from me. It's not who I am. It's what I enjoyed with it. And I deeply enjoyed my life with it. So, like, that's like not holding on. Like, doesn't mean I'm like throwing it away. I'm like being responsible and paying the interest or whatever I have to pay. But I'm not attaching to this idea that, oh my God, I'm going to be like this in the future, because I know my future is unknown, first of all, and I know that it's bountiful. So that's what this is for you. You're needing to release this like fear. You're holding on to something, Leo, here, that is of an old energy. It's like it's done. Like, we're not here to live in this energy anymore. And the King of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy. The King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, this card doesn't really reflect the King of Pentacles to me at all. But there's flowers and there's abundance, and she's walking over the bridge to the other portal, I guess. And they're mirrors of each other, of roses. So yeah, it could be, the Pentacle energy to me is about finances and business and being comfortable and being faithful to yourself and being loyal and being like strong, and mostly it's being comfortable with your money and your finances. It's pretty interesting, we're talking about that, but being comfortable with how you're directing your life, you know, like yeah, there is a sense of financial stability here, and a sense of like putting things in order, for sure, like making things comfortable for you. But let's just see the challenge so I can have a bit. 7 of Cups is to choose wisely is your challenge. All right, okay. And the 6 of Materials is another Taurus energy. Interesting. Is giving and taking. Money. It's all money here. It's so interesting. So yeah, definitely you have some money woes, or some like living arrangement woes, or everything that has to do with some material in your life. You're on the fence with it. Maybe you need to reach out to a financial investor or a mentor, or maybe there is this feeling of you investing your money. buying a home, renting a home, whatever it is, there's a feeling here of freedom 55 kind of energy here showing up for you. That it's like, it's only in your mind that you're not rich, right? It's only in your mind that you're not a fully abundant being. You are it's only in this narrative that you're not where you need to be when it comes to finances. Like, stop attaching to the bills and stop attaching to the debts and stop attaching to that. And instead, like, I'm not saying to ignore them, but it's like to overlook it and say, okay, you know, it's something I created for myself, but it's something I'll easily delete from myself as well. And I'm just going to move forward. I'm not going to let it hinder me and make me live a small life because of it. Because I am a boundless being. I'm a bountiful being. I'm a fruitious being. You know, I'm here to lead and to guide this world. I'm here to create a new world and not here to attach to the old world. And yeah, I enjoyed my life and I did this and I have no regrets. It's like living with no regrets, almost. And the Seven of Cups energy is it's like your imagination. You know, it's also like having many choices. I thought it was the finger, but it's this. Okay, and it's almost like you're afraid to look at. You're afraid to look at the bigger picture. You're afraid to look at above and beyond. You're just like stuck on this. Well, this is my debt, and this is this, and I'm going to stick to this, and I have to be cautious, and I have to be worried about the pension. I have to be worried about. But instead of like looking at a bigger picture and say, I am the director of my movie, and I realize the responsibilities I have, and I find maybe I will go get a financial advisor can help me, an accountant, or someone help me to hone in on what it is. Maybe I can cut down my debt. Maybe some of you have, like, I keep seeing, probably because I'm seeing in my Instagram, like in Canada, they have like these programs where you can like downsize your debt to a certain amount, whatever. But it's like, be proactive about it, but not attached to it. And I feel like here, because money's coming in, the Six of Pentacles. You know, money will come in. So can you trust it? Can you stop holding on to it? The fear of it, the fear of the lack of it. Can you stop holding, because things are, can you open your eyes, open your way you see things in life? Here there's a feeling of, this could also be your partner, and maybe your partner or your father, your mother, whatever, someone in your life that is very controlling when it comes to money, and it's a thing for you. It's interesting, a Cancer had the same idea here. It's all about the relationship you have with money, and now you're like almost like on the fence and worried about it, and well, I don't like, but if you say I don't have enough, then you won't have enough. I'm not saying that you have to say I have $1 million in the bank. That's a big lie too, right? It's not saying anything. It's just trusting it. Trusting that you're here for a reason. You're here, you're in this financial situation because you perhaps made some wrong turns, perhaps you made some right turns, whatever, it doesn't matter, because every detour is there for a reason. If you can trust that the universe has your back every single second of the day, then you know that you are going to move into something abundant, because you are an abundant being of light who has misstepped, misguided, whatever, took on too much debt, took on to whatever, but debt is part of the matrix. If you keep attaching to it, it will keep remaining. If you keep thinking that you don't have enough, then you will not have enough. It's time to free yourself from everyone's ideologies of money. Everyone else is this is how society works. This is how it is. Can you step aside and look at a bigger picture when it comes to that for you? Can you trust the unknown? Can you trust that you, the director, has created this path for you right now, and it's going to change? Oh, you didn't get crystal. You're clearing. You're clearing, Leo. Hilarious. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. Amazing. You shift from mine to God, 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 which is you too, but such freedom. Woo, I didn't even realize that was there. Yeah, it's like clearing away this old ideologies of money, of how it's earned, how it accumulates, how it is. Can you look at, I feel like it's like an elevated way of looking at things. And as soon as you do clear that, money will come in. 37 is a new beginning. Rise above it. It's not yours to carry. You are an empath. How can you detach from the drama? How can you detach from all this? All this is like learned things. Like you're an idiot. You don't know how to spend money. You spend too much money. You do this. Like money. When money becomes the dictator of your life, you will never find happiness in your life. Because you're not here to have lots of money. You're not here to money is not why we're here. We're here for freedom. We're here for peace. We're here for all these things that you think are maybe funny, duddy, but they are. And abundance is mine as well as is yours. So I'm talking to you from someone who is dealing with the relationship with money for my whole life as well. So I understand this a lot. And the freedom of releasing it is huge. So I hope this helped you. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I feel like these cards are really heavy. But all right, there's a lot to do with it. If you want to explore this, we can book a session together. Also, check your rising and your moon. Did I say that already? Like, comment, subscribe. Super thanks me if you can. And join my Ko-fi for one-off donations or monthly memberships for extra perks. And what else? Join my podcast, Welcome to Your Journey, on Wednesdays and Saturdays. The music has begun. That was weird. All right. I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Virgo. We have love. Love is love. I mean, love is everything to me, right? It's everything why we're here on this earth. Obviously, like the initial reaction to love or response to love is, oh, love with a new person, a partner, a relationship. But to me, love is you. Like, if we can harness and embrace self-love before anything else, and like fully love ourselves, not only the physical, but the inner self, is when then we can bring in and attract another. But before that, it's a nil, right? There is nothing. It's like the love that you feel for children, that unconditional love you feel for children. Do you feel that love towards yourself as well? Whether you're single or not, you know that feeling. Or you have a love for a dog or a cat. It's always like, it's so easy to love another like this, but do you love yourself? I feel like this is coming up so much in the collective, and I feel like it's so important right now that we really fully embrace this energy of love. Because it is, as we are the mirrors of Mother Earth, and we are the mirrors to humanity, and the mirrors of everyone. If you love yourself, love can grow, right? Like these flowers can blossom in the rest of the world. Yes, it's that deep. It is that deep, by the way. So, let's see what it means for you, Virgo. Oh, look at this. Love begins. So, Ace of Cups showing up. So, for you, it could be a new relationship coming in. Could be a new baby, a new project, a new job, a new way of loving yourself, right? Like there's a cup here flowing into a river. Perhaps it's a new home. Where is it? Where is love? What does love mean to you? And where is it manifesting in your life? How is it manifesting in your life? Like, What have you always dreamed of? Perhaps that is coming true with the rainbow over here. Pot of gold. Like, it's really beautiful energy. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but it's also this exactly what I was talking about. So it's kind of cool. And the Two of Swords? No. Two of Wands? No. This is the Two of Wands? This is the Two of Wands. I think I said someone else it was the Two of Wands. Anyways, the Two of Wands. No. Swords, Cups, Pentacles, Wands. Yes, the Two of Wands. Wow. This is the waiting game. The Two of Wands is an Aries energy. The Two of Wands is that you're at this crossroads in your life and you're having to make a decision between the left or the right kind of thing, right? Do I go this way? Maybe there's opportunity coming your way as far as project goes, a job goes, or decisions that you have to make within or in a place of love, of where you love yourself, or a relationship. Maybe you have two men or women in your life and you have to make decisions. But the Three of Cups. Oh my God, keep killing me. In reverse. The Three of Cups in reverse, I gotta tell you right away, whenever I see it in reverse, it feels like a cheating card. It feels like someone who is unfaithful, or someone who is expressing themselves in a very cynical, almost like vindictive way. It's a Cancer energy. It's beautiful like this. People are talking behind your back. People, like, there is something not to be trusted with the Three of Cups in reverse. So let me look at everything so I can see transformation, the Death card. Okay, Virgos. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at something new coming in for you when it comes to love, like a feeling of like a strengthening of a bond in a relationship, or new relationships coming in, a new love for self, a new whatever this is for you. And then you're at a crossroads. You're like, well, am I giving too much energy? Am I like there's something I'm feeling that's a little bit off here, and the Three of Cups is validating that and saying, yes, there is something off here. All this love that you are generously giving to another is being taken advantage of, is being manipulated perhaps a little bit. Maybe they're being unfaithful to you. It doesn't have to be that way, but that's the Three of Cups in reverse. Or there's a chatter behind your back, you know, and this like indecision that you have is, don't take it lightly. You know, we do that a lot as humans. We're like, oh yeah, but and then we just, but it's coming up for a reason. And the Death card explains everything here. It's like, yeah, we brought you in this new relationship. We brought you in this new project. We brought you in all of it. But if you're having doubts, and if you're like hesitant, and if you're like there's something coming up, please pay attention to that, Virgo. Because if there's someone in your life that is going to is talking about you behind your back, or is being unfaithful, or being like not completely transparent and honest with you, this is the message. You need to pay attention to this, because the Death card means that it's time to move away. Like, you know, the universe, God, your higher self always brings you onto a path, and a beautiful path, an ugly path. It's the same, it's polarity, right? It brings you onto a path that every single path that you take, let's just say every single path that you take is an enlightening path. It's a path to illumination, right? It's a path to further an understanding of your journey. And like I said, I don't know where I said it, or I said it in the intro, I don't know where I said it, but in Gemini, not every path is pretty. Not every path is beautiful. And it's your path, right? That was created for you, by you. Because you needed to wake up and say, oh, what am I doing here? Why am I in this indecision again? Why am I in this waiting game? Why am I trying to figure out things? Why am I back at this pattern again? Why is that when new love comes in, I'm like gung-ho and I go full force in, and then after I realize, wow, man, what the hell was I thinking? But at that point in your life, are you able to say, oh, I'm going to just fix it. I'm going to heal it. I'm going to repair it. I'm going to we're going to work on it. I'm just going to accept that it's not working out and it's okay. And I'm just going to live with this crap my whole life. And the death is like, the card is like, that's not the way it works, right? We get like, you're presented with this. I'm not saying that you have to leave these people or whatever, or leave behind things, but you have to stand in the awareness of it. And like I said to Gemini, and like I said to many other signs this week, it's like, express yourself. Aries, I said this to Aries too, like, speak up and say what you need, like in this relationship with yourself or with another, right? It's like, are you talking shitty to yourself too? The Three of Cups in reverse. Are you like, mostly this is other people though, but maybe you're talking bad about yourself, talking bad about other people. Maybe you're criticizing other people, right? That doesn't harness love that comes towards you or outside of you. There's something's got to change in your life, Virgo, with this death card here. Definitely, you're holding on to something that is that has been repetitive in your life, a repetitive behavior. It's like you're not a fixer, you're not a healer, you're not a repairer, you're not a mechanic, you're not you're not these things unless you are, but you're not in this, like, you're not here to fix relationships, you're not here to fix your friends, your family, your partners. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to share love with each other. We're here to grow with each other, right? We're not here to constantly hit a brick wall every single time, constantly like that's evaluation. This is this way, like, you keep like, wow, this is big. And that's what love is all about. Love is not about compromise. Love is not about that. Love is loving yourself fully and loving that person in front of you with everything that he brings to the table or everything she brings to the table. And if you're able to love that person while they treat you badly or they treat you with disrespect or with it, that's your choice. It's not mine to make, right? But it's also something to pay attention to. We're not here to be rolled over. We're not here to be walked on. Everything is a learning experience. Change is here for you. Are you ready to get out of that cocoon and fly? Even if it's going to make everybody in your life uncomfortable, even if it's going to make you uncomfortable. But this, to me, doesn't feel good, the Three of Cups in reverse. I got to tell you, guys. It feels there's someone taking advantage of you, someone talking about you behind your back, someone not making the efforts. So it doesn't always have to be about love, right? It also, someone like shitting on you on this spiritual journey, and you're like, keep going back and forth on it, and you're like, just be true to you. Change is here, Virgo. Are you ready? Like, are you ready to finally launch? Interesting. Your advice is intuition. Oh my God. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating. I was liberating because Leo had freedom, but how liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. But this is a heart, right? Your intuition. What is your heart telling you? What is the love? What is inside you? Like, do you love yourself enough to walk away, to walk towards? Do you love yourself enough to open your arms, to close your arms? Like, do you love yourself? And this is all about you and like loving you. If you love yourself, then you'll know when to shut the door and when to open it. 17. Trust your faith. Dive into the unfolding journey. What is your faith asking of you? It's a big one, you know, and it's like some of you might be like religious and you're watching this and you're listening to this and you're like, well, my faith says that I need to stay and work and toil at it. Faith is in yourself. What is, like, faith is knowing that inside, like, your soul, that your contract, your soul is taking care of you, your higher self. You are the God. God is within you. What would God do in this situation? Right? What would my higher self do in this situation if you can't even look at it, your character? Like, trust that intuition of yours. Don't push aside your intuition here. It's so important. People do all the time. Oh, no, that's wrong, I'm just going to stay, it's just comfortable, and then it's going to be complicated if I leave, or I'm just going to do this, or me too, like, no, I'm not as good as I think I am, I'm not as smart as I think I am, I'm not as this, so I'm going to just, like, follow the crowd. I don't trust myself. Like, it's all this, like, self-talk. It's so, self-talk is ego. It keeps you down, it keeps you in the little hole, it makes you play small. It slowly drives you away from real love, because love is not an emotion. Love is not like, oh, I feel butterflies, and love is not like, oh my God, it was so good, I feel so warm and comfortable. That's not love. Love is everything. Love is universal source consciousness. Love is like the whole. Love is like not having to make, like, difficult choices, not having to dishonor my soul. Love is. So where are you on this journey, Virgo? Where are you dishonoring yourself, your soul? Are you afraid of change? Are you afraid to make steps in your life? Who in your life is holding you back? Who in your life is talking behind your back? Who in your life is, like, misguiding you? Like, it's not their fault again. It's you choosing that. So this is really another reading of depth here. So I hope this is a huge one. Okay, and it's like all my readings are not to, like, sometimes I say these readings, and that's why I'm continuously putting timeless on the reading, because these are readings that it maybe in 3 weeks from now, like, it's like, you know, because I do have that power of activation within you, and I know that. So take the information, let it flow. What is supposed to come up will come up for you. Trust. To me, love is here to show you that all you need is love, right? But all you need is to follow your heart and listen to your intuition, which is your heart. Change is here. Are you ready? All right, Virgo. That's a beautiful energy. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video as well, and super thanks me if you can. Join my Ko-fi membership as well. You can one-off donate or monthly. Check your rising and your moon. Also join my podcast, Welcome to Your Journey, which is on YouTube or on Spotify. All right, my beautifuls, I love you. Be strong. You got this. Love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Libra. Before I begin, I just want to shout out to Teri, who supports me on Ko-fi. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your monthly support. If you want to join me on Ko-fi, you can become a member, or you can just one-off donate to me. I really appreciate it. So let's begin. We got truth. Truth is a huge thing for me. It's like, this is like a storm that's happening out here, and the tree is like holding on for dear life. It's grounded, right? It's rooted in its truth. What is your truth? Like, let's minus the truth of the government, what you believe in, like the limited beliefs of governments, of religions, of that. I'm not talking about that truth. Your true essence. What is your truth? Like, Are you following the wow, I'm like it's like the skies are parting. There's light, but it's like dark clouds. Anyways, can you be yourself? In relationships, can you be real within your friendships, with your partnerships? You know that is truth. Like, are you real? Are you hiding? Are you walking on eggshells with people? This is what we're talking about. So let's see what's the energy of the week for you. The Chariot, which is Cancer, home, family. But the Chariot here is like, look at her. There's light coming out of her solar plexus, which is strength, confidence, power. And she's like holding kind of, she has like all these, there's like puppet strings kind of thing on these horses, right? So, but the Chariot is success, victory, is movement. So interesting. Let's see what else it is here for you. Wow, another major arcana. The Hermit. Cancer, Virgo. Okay, these are really interesting cards. Oh my god, another major arcana. It's Intuition, High Priestess. Okay, I'm going to see. This is huge, by the way. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Magician, people. Okay. Okay, so if you're new to tarot, or even if you're not new, the tarot's journey is the Fool who begins the journey, who releases all his material belongings. He takes his dog and he decides to go learn the purpose of his life, right? Like, why am I here on this earth? And he goes and he meets the Magician first. And then he meets the High Priestess second. And then he meets the Emperor and the Empress. And then he meets the Hierophant, and then the Lovers, and then he meets the Chariot. And then he meets the Strength card, and then he meets the 9 is, what the frick is 9? Is this? The Hermit. The Hermit. So in the first trajectory of his journey, it's all here. And these are major life lessons that he's learning. And that is what is happening here. So you are, oh, this is upside down. You're like moving quickly into something completely new. You're moving on to a, perhaps you're moving into a new relationship. Perhaps you're moving, but it's almost like a self relationship with the Hermit here. You're awakening onto this path and you're like, oh, I haven't been true to myself, right? I continuously, I'm always like trying to please everyone else. I'm always here, I'm always trying to like make sure everything is working for everyone else in my life except for me. I keep forgetting about who I am. I'm always trying to make my partner happy, but I've forgotten who I am. And the Hermit is that. The Hermit is going into that cave and learning his truth or her truth, learning her essence, trusting it, embracing it. But there has to be there's a movement here with the Chariot. Definitely there's something that you're wanting to leave behind, something you're wanting to move into. Because the High Priestess is your intuition, but it's your higher knowing. The High Priestess is all-knowing. She doesn't need to read up on anything. She doesn't have to watch the video. She doesn't have to know, because she trusts herself. But Libra, she is your challenge, so you're not trusting your inner voice. There's something propelling you forward, something moving you into a higher learning, like a higher wisdom. Something is coming in for you and you're scared. You're fearing it because it means change in your life. You're fearing it because it means that you have to make some moves. You either have to leave your home, you have to leave your relationship, you have to walk away from a friend, you have to walk away from your job, you have to walk away from something that feels stable in your life. And it's like as we move on this journey, we see this a lot more and more. The only way to our truth is to be fully aware of what is not aligning anymore, and to be okay with walking away, moving towards something. You know, it's like everyone sees it as such a big thing. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the life. It's the end. I can't. I wasted so much time in this, and why would I just walk away? Oh, but they're my mother, they're my father, my brother, my sister, they're all this, and you keep making excuses for why you should stay in a toxic environment, or why you should stay in a place that's just making you play small, a place where you're giving your power away. And the Hermit, it's like you may have taken some time for yourself recently, and you're resisting it. You're resisting this knowing. It's like a huge thing, by the way, the knowing, because when you step more and more into your knowing, you can't unsee what you see. You can't unknow what you know. And it's like you can no longer function in a normal way, because your perspective is broadened. And that's a beautiful thing for the universe. But in the mind of the matrix, in the mind of the narrative, it's not a beautiful thing, because it's you're fully forcing your way out of the ego, the lower ego mind, that the control. And to me, it feels like, right? You're like, I don't know, this is a big, massive change happening for you, Libra. I don't know if you're feeling it, but you're freaking resisting it. You're trying to hold on to the box, the matrix, this. When I say the matrix, it's not a bad thing, but it's this old way of being, and it's like there's like an energy propelling you out or forward. And the Magician is like, hey, when you finally find your way out of whatever this hidden truth, like you're hiding from your truth, when you finally embrace it, you got no worries, because all your hopes and dreams are going to come true. You're going to be full manifestation mode. But manifestations can not come your way if you're always in denial, or you're always doubting yourself, or you're not trusting your path. The path that you see for yourself it may not be the path that the universe has planned for you, right? And 9 times out of 10, we don't see it. We create an illusion. We create a path with an outcome that we're an expectation, and it's never met, right? Because we as a human have created this expectation in our minds, and then it doesn't get met, and it's like, oh, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, I'm an idiot, I'm stupid. Cancel, clear, delete. Like, you're not. And the reason you had that detour, and the reason you had to go down that very challenging path, was for you to be like, that was wrong. Okay, not wrong. That wasn't right for me. That wasn't where I needed to be. And look back and say, okay, thank God I did that. Next, I'm ready for the next one. Is it freaking challenging? 1000%. But it's because you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting that these paths have come along the way to show you that you're in need to listen to your inner. Look, it's really interesting. It's really beautiful. It's both the same tree. I don't know what kind of tree is it. It's an olive tree. I don't know what tree is this. Olive branch, like it feels to me like there's some of you might be newly on this path, and you're like starting to things are coming up for you. You could be a long time on this path, and it's still coming up for you, and it's like pushing you and nudging you, and like, hey, what are you doing? Why do you keep holding on to something old, and it's just not working? We need you out. We need you to make the move. Listen to yourself. Stop resisting. Surrender to that truth that's coming in. Because man, oh man, the Magician has a lot like ready for you. Like, let's get into manifestation mode. Let's like create these like dreams. Let's put them into reality. But I can't do this for you, the magician. I can't do this for you if you're not trusting yourself. If you're holding back. If you're not ready to make these moves. And you know what that is for you, Libra. And we keep revisiting the same thing over and over again. And you're like, you probably finished the video and you're like, yeah, I know what it is and I'm gonna do it, and then you don't because of fear. False evidence appearing real. Not real. There's no fear to be, there's nothing to be afraid of. You have enough. You have enough money, you have enough love, you have enough. It's all here. You're not seeing it because you're fearing. You're resisting. This is huge because these are 4 major arcanas. I don't think we ever get this, ever. This is like big. This is big time. A lot of you might be even feeling that this is a major test. You're being tested and there's a lesson here. And it's like, are you going to go back down that that same path again? Or are you going to go on the off-beaten path? Yeah, you might like scrape yourself and you fall because there's more pebbles on this one, but can you like find the courage inside you to overcome this resistance and this fear of the unknown? She's the unknown. We're not here to know the next steps. Can you be okay with that? Can you be okay with choosing from your heart? Choosing from our heart is the biggest thing ever because it doesn't make sense most of the time. There's no order to it. It just is. This is, to me, is like the nudge. Have you had a nudge recently to make a move? Have you had a nudge to go travel to Afghanistan, or I don't know why that came into me, but New Delhi, New Zealand, you know, like China? Have you had, like, what is the, there's to me, there's feelings here that you have to make a move. Listen to it, even if it's crazy. Excuse me. Your inner voice is guiding you somewhere. It's time to trust. Now, your message is outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Open me to your will. Okay. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed and I am open to receive. Exactly. Can you be open to receive what is coming your way without you putting and lacing your expectations on it, without lacing any excuse me, explanations? I'm gonna drink some water because the human wants explanation. Why, when, where, how. Sorry. What are you not expressing, people? So your last advice is 19. Eliminate distractions. Stop shining light on things you are not. How can you reclaim your power? Every time I get this is because some watcher here is unable to express themselves to someone in their life. And you think it's silly and whatever, but it really is. So whatever you're holding back, it needs to be expressed. Oh, it's going to hurt the other person. Oh, it's going to hurt if you hold it onto it, you create blockage in your vessel. And your path takes longer. So it's time for outrageous openness. Put yourself out there. Express yourself. Work things out. Don't work things out. But do this. Listen to your inner voice. It's trying to push through your truth and your essence. All right, my beautiful Libras. This is big. I love you. I don't know what I'm saying. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Super thanks. And if you can, check your rising and your moon for other messages as well. And check out my podcast that's come out every Wednesday and Saturday. It's really ominous out there. But anyways, welcome to your journey. It's here on YouTube. It's also on Spotify. All right, my beautifuls. I love you so much. Have a beautiful week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Scorpio. We have change. And I'm going to read from the book because I like what she has to say. It's okay to change your mind. It's all right to change directions. You do not need to be consistent. This is the time to put the needs and expectations of others aside and listen to the beat of your own drum. You don't need to follow tradition. Definitely not. Create your own traditions. You are free to express yourself and let your spirit fly. Be daring. Go beyond predictable behavior. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean that it needs to continue to be done that way. You can't control the exact circumstances of your life, but you can control what meaning you give to them. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to be carefree, wild, and unpredictable. I mean, that's beautiful. That's change. It's like, stop. Like, if you're on this journey with me, you know that we can't follow the rules anymore because the rules don't apply anymore to us, to me anyways. I don't know how you're feeling about this. It's like there's a change in the air, and which is us. You know, we're changing, and that's the change that we're feeling. But it's to embrace it and to harness it and to follow through with it. So, loving this energy for you, Scorpio. 3 of Pentacles, recognition and reward. The 3 of Pentacles is about collaborating with people, working together in a community, not working as a solo person, even though he's alone here. This is like, you know, you're going to be recognized and rewarded maybe in a job or a job well done or a project that you're taking on. But I feel like the 3 of Pentacles to me is always about like support. Do you need support in your life? Do you need to reach out to someone to help you with something? We have lived this life so in survivor mode, so much I'm a fiercely independent woman or man or whatever. I am alone. I'm a solo entrepreneur. I'm a solo this, and it's such a freaking BS, right? And it's like pushed people to bankruptcy because of it. It's pushed people to like mental breakdowns, depressions, to everything, because we're not here to be alone. And I'm a casualty of this too. We're here to be with, like, we're here to ask for help, for support. We're here to ask to collaborate with others. If anything, we came as one of many, right? Not one alone. So this is coming up for you. So where in your life do you need to reach out for help? There's nothing weak about that. Actually, I feel it's strong. To me, it's a strong person who goes out and asks for help, who asks for money, who asks for whatever. The weak person is like, not the weak person, but the one who does everything on their own, knowingly that like you can't do everything on your own, first of all. Because then you're just standing tall alone. Sacrifice. The Hangman in reverse. I'm going to bring this up. And then the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. So right away, like this is a Capricorn energy, this is a Pisces energy, and this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So we have like some grounding energy, all divine feminine energy here showing up for you. The fact that the Hangman is in reverse, the Hangman in general is like, look, she has her hands back and the rainbow there, and she's like has a different perspective. She's in like muddy waters kind of, but yet she's still like with these Hawaiian, the flowers, I don't know what they are called. My God, I have like no words anymore. Anyways, she's like this is an energy of like hanging on the tree. It's Odin. It's the Norse god Odin who hangs down from the tree, and he's like looking at the world upside down with a different perspective, right? That's the original Rider-Waite card, and this one is showing up as that, but you're resisting. You're almost resisting this. Which is really interesting because change is here, and the Ace of Pentacles is here. It's like some of you might be challenged with financial, like monetary, with home. Maybe you're out. You can't settle down. The money's not really coming in. It's not really flowing in because you're not willing to allow help to come in. You're not willing to allow someone to come in. Not someone, some people, many people, whatever it is, to help you. It's really simple, actually. Like this is like it's like clear as day, and change is needed here for you, Scorpio. So I don't know if some of you are solopreneurs, or some of you are struggling to find your way, or some of you are you have successful businesses. You can. Or some of you in relationships need help, but you don't know how to reach out, because if you reach out, that's weak, and if you reach out, it's like, you know, it's like all this like blah blah, and here it's like you're putting too many restrictions on yourself. And that's why the flow is not coming towards you. It's running away from you. That's why you don't have a steady home, or you don't have a steady bank account, or that's why you don't have a steady, like, you're not fully stable. You're a little bit ungrounded. You're a little bit not directional, I guess. Interesting. Three of Wands. Look at this. Partnerships and freaking alliances, people. I love that. Like, that's crazy. Because the Three of Wands is usually directional, but here it's showing up as partnerships and alliances. So are you ready? This is clear as day. You are not here to stand alone, Scorpio. Can you be okay with opening your arms? Can you be okay with picking up that phone, texting, emailing, whatever it is? Can you be okay with reaching out and getting more support than you have? Having that shoulder to cry on, but it's deeper than this. This has to do with, like, maybe you don't have enough to move out, but maybe you can move in with someone. Maybe you don't have, like, maybe you don't, like, just, maybe you're just, like, you're so stubborn, and, because Scorpio, you're stubborn, and this is the way you want to do things, and you can't have someone helping you, but you would be surprised, right? To me, it's also, it could be affecting your relationships as well, because you're not open to receiving help, guidance, because I can do this on my own. But I can do this on my own is so 1990s or 1980s or 2000s. We're moving into an era, a new age. The age of Aquarius is humanitarianism. It's coming together. It's working together. We cannot work alone. Age of Pisces was all like I, right? Patriarchy, me. Or Age of Aquarius, we're moving into an era of, like, no, we gotta come together. We gotta figure things out together. We have to, like, build together. We gotta grow together. We gotta create structure together. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to make this move in your life? Does it mean always about your business? No, because of this. But this is also home. Maybe it's about your home. Maybe it's about the relationships you have with your family, with your partners. Can you ask for help? You're not here to do everything alone. No one is here to do anything alone. Do you feel weak asking? Is it a pride thing that you're not asking for help from your mother, your father, your partners, your sisters, whatever? It's strength, people. It's strength to ask for help. How menial, or my tire is flat. Can you help me? I don't know where I'm going. I need direction. I need help. Can you ask for this help? This is big. That is the change that is required of you. Because too many of us, we are proud. Too many of us, we're just like, oh, if I do this, then I'm going to be perceived as this. Can you allow these perceptions, these distorted perceptions, to just fly out the window? Who cares what anyone else is thinking about you? This is your journey. This is your life. You want abundance to flow towards you. You want stability to flow towards you. You want this home, this family, this relationship to flow towards you. Then that's you giving yourself up to the universe. That's you like opening the arms and receiving help and guidance and support from another, and wisdom and whatever. It's all about partnerships and alliances here. So we have Aura Light as the crystal. Not everybody got crystals, and some of you did, and you did. So we have, it's a number 8, which is 2024, peoples. Number 8 is all about mindfulness. To be mindful is to be aware of the now rather than distracted by the past or future, any thoughts of oughts, shoulds, and might haves. Your quest for healing requires discovering what you are truly thinking and feeling when you are not distracting yourself. Aura Light calls you to be mindful of your needs right now, for this may be a time to let tears flow or laughter arise, to recognize something so subtle that you previously missed it, or to understand that you are so much more than what you accomplish or produce. 1000. Be here in this moment, fully present and accepting of what is. No matter how hard this moment may seem, simply by observing it, you will change it. I love it. This is like the third card that actually has the word of the overall energy, but like, I mean, I don't have to explain this card. It's right here. It's about being present, being in the now, being trusting that the universe, your higher self, is guiding you in the now moment, and to trust it, the guidance. Oh my God, that is so cool. Look at this card right now. Oh my God. Stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. I mean, I picked these cards, but I don't remember oh my God, that's amazing. So now let's see this card. All right. 21, Great Awakening. Walk in your truth, stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? I mean, these are beautiful cards. How can you trust yourself right now? Can you trust that the universe, your God, your higher self, is leading you down the path of change that is right for you, for your character in this movie right now? Be open to receive help, support, guidance. It's not a weakness. It's not a failure. Far from it. It's actually the strength that's within you. And you need us. We need each other to grow in this next age. All right, my beautiful Scorpions, always deep readings for you. I hope you love this reading like I did. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. I don't know if like I've had this client of mine is a Scorpion, Joao, who came to see me, and I'm just saying hello to you. If you're listening to me, you've been in my mind for a while, and I know perhaps you might be in Mexico, but I hope everything is well with you. Sending you good vibes. I'm sending everyone good vibes here, by the way. Every Scorpion that's listening to me, but he just showed up in my mind. All right. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and super thanks me if you can. And also check out my weekly podcast. It's a bi-weekly podcast. Comes out Wednesdays and Saturdays with my friend Katerina, who's a Scorpion. And that's it. Check out my Ko-fi as well. You can get monthly memberships. You can support me, or you can one-off donate to me. I really appreciate you, and I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. We got courage this week, and the imagery is like massive waves crashing against rocks, and the clouds are green and orange and colorful. You know, courage, it takes courage to go through the tower moment. It takes courage to walk through the chaos. It takes courage to speak up to someone. It takes courage to ask for help. It takes a lot of courage, you know? It's like, it's fighting against the fears, those made up blockages that come up in our mind, the resistance, right? Courage is like being okay with being yourself, with being okay with how life is taking you. Is being okay with the path that you're on, even if it's a little craggy, even if it's not like working out the way you expected it to work out. Courage is the lion. So let's see what's going on with you, my beautiful Saggies. We got the Two of Cups. The Two of Emotions, as you can see here, is like a couple waiting in the water and in unison. The Two of Cups is a soulmate energy, a twin flame energy. It's like a bonding. So like usually it's about love and tenderness, but twos about union. Cups is emotional. So there is an emotional union that's happening perhaps in your life right now. Let's just see. It's a Cancer energy. Wow, the Strength card, the Lion. It's a Leo energy. Courage. It's all courage here. So we have, and then the Four of Pentacles, a firm foundation, is your challenge, which is a Capricorn energy. Should I look right away? And the Knight of Swords is a Gemini energy. So let's look at all these cards together, because so right away when you see the Two of Cups, I would assume with that, but I don't want to assume to make an ass out of you and me, but the Two of Cups is about a partnership, a relationship, whether it's romantic, usually would be romantic, but if you're single, it could be a relationship with self, or it could be a family, someone that you're very close to, a best friend, whatever. But the fact that the Strength card is showing up there, to me, feels like you're coming up against a challenge within this relationship, because you're because your foundation is shaky at the moment. There is like money problems. There's like stability ish, like there's like something unstable. There's something very not where you want it to be, not where you thought. Like you're being really strong. You're probably you're being the strong one in this relationship. You're the one holding up everybody. Perhaps it could be with your children. It could be like, I feel like you're the one that's carrying everybody on your back, which is what you are, the Ten of Wands kind of thing. Like here, the same idea here. And it's like, why are you doing this? Why, like, I feel like it's not the right, don't listen to me, it doesn't have to be right or wrong, but I don't feel like it's where you need to be right now. Interesting. You're not here to carry people onto the next journey. You're not here to carry anyone. It's creating shakiness in your life to be this person, to be this, like, I feel like maybe it's a relationship that is very strong, and you find your strength within it, but it's actually on shaky ground, which is really interesting. This could be love for self as well. You're loving yourself, you're finding that courage within you, but yet you're still a little bit not fully 100% in. You're not trusting. You're doubting yourself. You're like your foundation is unstable. Why is it so shaky? Why is it like, what for me? Why is it so shaky? Because why are you like? Are you putting too much mind into this? Are you thinking too much about this relationship? Are you like, are you the only one that's the strength of it? Are you the only one that's giving your 100% in it? Is there like not an equal balance here? There's something off. Why are these 4 pillars? Why is one like shaky, or 2 or 3 even? You know, there's a feeling here that perhaps you're the one who's the courageous one, or maybe they are. Maybe you're like running away scared as well. Maybe there's an offer of true love to you and you're like, he doesn't have enough money, she doesn't have enough this, there's always like you finding, you know. That could be it too, eh? That's interesting. That someone's coming in and offering you strength and courage and love, and you're like, you're not trusting it. For some reason, I feel like it's you, but giving too much of yourself and losing yourself a little bit in it. The 4 of Pentacles is an energy, is a Capricorn energy. It's like, as much as it is like a firm foundation here, it's also money. It's like being tight with money, and now here you're like unsure, like, I don't know, there's something unstable showing up here. And maybe are you putting on a brave face in this relationship, in this partnership, but you're not 100% in? That's a lot of things here, because the next card is a Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is our knight of our fierce fighter, our conqueror, but he's also our straightforward, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel and I'm gonna fly. Like he's like no bullshit. He's no bullshit. Like the swords energies are no bullshit. It's a Gemini energy. It's like either you're gonna fly away with a Gemini or you're going to fly from a Gemini, right? It doesn't have to be Gemini, but it's like I almost feel like it's time for you to fly on your own. Ooh, because he is independent, or he or she is independent, whatever, but there's an interesting energy. It's like I know I have to like really fully look at this, because it's almost like the courage card showing up, asking you to this could be a twin flame energy, someone you don't even know. It could be a twin that you do know. It could be a soulmate energy, and it could be whatever kind of relationship this is pertinent to you at this moment in time. That you're giving of your strength, and you're giving you're being very fearless about this. You're like giving your all to this, but it's not bringing anything to you. It's not bringing you any satisfaction. It still makes you feel uneasy, Saggy. And in your mind, it's like, well, I'm doing everything I can to like uphold this. I'm doing everything I can to keep this together, and yet it's not working. And you're really angry with yourself at this moment in time. I could feel it. And the Knight of Swords is like, well, maybe you just need to go on your own. Maybe you need to fly away for a moment in time. And I always laugh because the Knight of Swords, for some reason, I always feel like this is Machu Picchu. Like it's like, which it probably isn't. It's probably Tibet or something. But for me, it's like that. So like Peru. But I feel like it's time to make it take that flight. Like it's time to free yourself from whatever this is that's holding you back. Whatever that's not like if there's something in your life that's making you uneasy, it's to pay attention to that, right? It's not like we have to like run away from things, but it's to stand in the awareness of it. Like sit on the lion for a moment and say, okay, at this moment in time, it's not the right time, or at this moment in time, I'm tired of giving all my energy to this person or this person. It's all about a person here. And maybe I need to travel, which is this. Maybe I need to fly away. Maybe I need to take some time alone. Maybe I need to declutter to get back to my strengths, right? My foundation again. Because there's something uneasy here to me. And I almost feel like you're the one taking the brunt of it. You're the one holding everything together, and it's like heavy, and it's not working. It's still not working. So it's time to take this leap, kind of thing. Selenite. Let's get clear, people. 49. Selenite is a really strong. Do I have one here? No. Stone to clear heavy density energy. Your message is to keep moving past your challenges, your sights always on raising your vibration, to be like liquid light, illuminating, fluid, and flexible. Whatever the pace of change, you must yield your expectations about how things should be so that you can discover the beauty in how things are evolving. Know that a new perspective can help you see that. You don't ever have to be stopped in your tracks. Be flexible in your thinking, for there is more wisdom in the universe than in your own individual mind, and it's always available to you. The way out of the old pattern is to enter the unknown without maps or well-defined familiar paths. Surrender your fear and know that the universe is here to provide you with clarity and guide you through unexpected twists and turns. I mean, this is it. This is a message for every single person here. But this is the unknown to me, the Knight of Swords. It's like moving into something that is not familiar with you, which is all of this here. And you're holding on to it a little bit because it's comfortable kind of thing. But it's not working. It's interesting. Individuality. Again, this Knight of Swords. Every person has their own personalized study plan in the Earth School. Again, this is this energy of like needing to, I think, to move away from the constraints of this energy here in your life, whether it's like your partner, your twin flame that you don't know, your partner that you like, like it could be etheric and energetic as well, but or someone in your life that you keep holding on to and trying to make the best of it and trying to create stability, but it's not working. Interesting. The last guidance is oneness is the way. How can you show more compassion and acceptance toward those you don't understand? That's interesting too. I mean, let's start with compassion for yourself first, because that is the key. The key is never to focus on someone else, ever, unless it's your child, because that's your extension. But otherwise, no one gets the focus except for you. Because once you're stable, then everyone else is stable. But if you're always continuously feeding someone else's energy, this will definitely happen. Instability in your life. I love that the individuality and the oneness showed up, because the individual is not really the one. It's the one, right? We're all here. We're all helping each other out. But when you create when you give energy to one person, then the mirror and the reflection is that you're separating the one, right? It's like the focus has to be on you. This is like an interesting reading. To me, it's like there's a freedom involved, like I feel like you're tying yourself down and tying your energy down, trying to make something right, but in that right, that it needs to be the upheaval is necessary for you to, like, okay, I need to change things up. I need to fly away on my own a little bit so I can restabilize myself, because I'm putting too much focus and energy on someone else. I'm trying to fix something, or I'm trying to heal something, or help, or it's like you don't have to be the courage here is like you being courageous for yourself. Can you hold your own candle? Stop holding the candles for everybody else. Saggy, this is really interesting. All right, this is your message, my beautiful Saggies. Check your rising and your moon for the messages. Also, check out my weekly podcast called my bi-weekly Welcome to Your Journey. You can find it on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We talk about everything, all the energies. And like, share, comment, subscribe. Super thanks me if you can. And join my Ko-fi membership as well. You can one-off donate me or join my monthly memberships for extra. All right, I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Capricorn. We got taking risks, which to me is this whole journey, right? Taking risks to me feels like, are you willing to face your fears? Are you willing to be you unapologetically? Are you willing to allow failure to happen in your life and see it as the best thing ever? You know what I'm saying? This is like huge, because people move through life and they're like, they take a risk, let's say, and it fails. And it doesn't work, and the person says something to you, and it doesn't, like, you lose money, and then after you're like finished for like years, or you're finished, and you're like, oh my god. And it's like, no, can you see this failure, this misstep, this misguidance, this whatever, as the opportunity? This is how we take risks in our life, because we're like seeing it as, oh, okay. Can you do things, listen to your heart without listening to other people's opinion, without weighing so much on having other people's opinion weigh so much on you? Taking risks is like the Fool card. It's just jumping. But from a point of view, of an instinctual point of view, right? Like trusting that little voice inside you that's saying, hey, what are you doing in this? As soon as, like, these are like interesting things, because people ignore these little the inner voice, because the inner voice sometimes like, yo, what are you doing here? And then you're like, oh, no, and then you stay and you stay and you stay, and then it's like, just jump. And you don't listen because you're afraid. You allow fear to take over, and you allow to all this like heavy energy to play in your mind. You can't do this, you can't, you know? Oh, that's a loud car or motorcycle. Anyways, we have justice, balance showing up in your life. Interesting. Taking risks, and right away I see this. So justice is divorce, separation, breakup, marriage, perhaps jumping into a marriage, jumping into asking for a raise, going into negotiations. You know what I'm saying? This is like, it's usually like a judge and jury. Here it's an angel showing up here, but are you in a place, are you balanced in your love life? Are you feeling balanced in your work life? Are you feeling balanced in your spiritual life? Like, is there a place where you're feeling unbalanced? Is there a place where you need to take a risk and you have to jump and go somewhere else and try something else and do something else and speak up for yourself? Or because this is, justice is Libra, speaking And actually, in the Libra energy, my throat was like coughing. So this is interesting. Express yourselves, people. I love this. Okay, let's just look. Two of Cups, spiritual union. This is like a soulmate energy. This is like a coming together, a bonding happening. So definitely it could be here. Some of you are going to get married or get into a commitment, jump into a relationship together. That could be, I mean, this is what the literal meaning right here, but let's just look. Not everybody here is going to get married. The King of Swords is your challenge, which is an Aquarius energy. The King of Swords as a challenge is like a vindictive king. It's someone who, like when I look at these, someone very jealous of you, someone very, you know, like the King of Swords. I love the King of Swords, but the King of Swords in reverse is very misunderstood also, but not the nicest king in reverse, because it's all about revenge, and you know, like it is. Anyways, I don't know. I gotta look at all these cards. And the Magician, okay, because this is crazy a little bit here. What's going on? What is happening for Capricorn here? So some of you are jumping into a marriage, but you're not making someone happy by doing that, by the way, with the King of Swords here. Some of you are speaking up for yourselves and you're strengthening a bond with somebody. Still, there's someone not happy with your speaking up, with your choice to find balance in your life, with your choice of partnerships, with your choice of negotiation tactics. You know, like that's the Justice energy. You're going to find some resistance, Capricorn, here. And I kind of like the taking risks showing up for you, because you got to go for what you feel inside. If you feel like this partnership is where it helps you, it balances you, and if it brings you peace inside, and if it brings you you know deep down inside that it will be fruitful for you, and it will be like strong, right? You can't allow the King of Swords energy here to take this away from you. The King of Swords, it's like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but doesn't have to be. And it's this energy of like, I am the top of the chain, I am the boss, I am like, who do you think you are? You know, it's that energy of like, don't F with me, because you're effed if you like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a very me, myself, and I kind of card. It's a very that's why this is tricky here, because here you're trying to start something new, or you're establishing a commitment with someone, or you're creating a bond with someone in your life, and the King of Swords not having it. That's, I mean, this is what I feel, like clear as day. Are you willing to take the risk anyways? Are you going to allow this King of Swords, whether it's a woman or a man, by the way, in your life, that is going to bring you down? It's going to make you feel small. The King of Swords and the thing could also be divorce for these two. There could be that coming in for you. There's like a feeling here that things are not going right. There's like a feeling of control here, manipulation a little bit. I gotta say, I don't really like this King of Swords in reverse here. It's like you're trying to make a change in your life, and they're a little like spiteful. Can you be okay with this? Can you still take the risk? You know, can you still take that leap? Can you still listen to your heart? Capricorn. Because if you do, I'm telling you, I can keep this here. The Magician, it says awareness, but the Magician is you stepping into your power. The Magician is like Capricorn. You follow your heart, your manifestations will come real. You follow your truth, you follow your power, you follow your light, you will get that salary augmentation. You will get that partnership. You know, you will get that despite the King of Swords. Can you not get affected by this energy here? Because remember, anyone who is spiteful or vengeful or whatever could be a reflection of you, and it's something to pay attention to, but also could be just their problem. Like, it's like, you know, why would you allow someone else's energy or someone else to dictate your life? They could like not agree with any of your choices in your life. It doesn't matter, because you're the Magician and you're here to create your own path. You're not here to live for your parents. You're not here to live for your siblings, for your friends, your bosses, your whoever it is in your life. You're not here to live for anyone else except for you. So if you have you're making a choice to marriage, to divorce, to break up, to unite, whatever this is for you, this person is like opinion, which is false, it's bullshit, it means nothing, or belief system has nothing to do with you. Can you overcome this? Can you like not allow this energy to take any power away from you? Because the Magician is here and is like, you got all the power, baby. It's right in your hands. You got all the tools, you got all the resources. All you need to do is know that and trust that, and everything will come, like, will come into fruition for you. Interesting. All right. I love it. Hematite. Wow, hematite is a big one. This is like a root chakra energy, like negative energy. That's the King of Swords. Wear hematite this week, man. If there is a King of Swords or a Queen of Swords in your life. And it's not to say it's an air sign, because it's just to say it's a kind of energy that is very strong, has very like a strength of word and a strength of presence, who is just an a-hole at this moment in time, who wants their way or the highway, but you got to stand strong. That's what I see here for you. So the hematite, you are so much more than just your thoughts and feelings. You have a body to care for and a soul with a unique purpose. Hematite is here to remind you that you are a light being with a body that deserves to be honored and nourished. Okay, how many times do you have to say this? Okay, a body designed by the universe to be in a world of sensations, from the smell of pine trees and rain to the feel of tree bark under your fingertips. You are one with the earth and her creatures. Ground yourself to feel a sense of well-being and relief from stress. Seek out physical affection, a massage or body work, and if you can, walk outdoors in nature, feeling the sensations of the earth against your skin. Your scattered thoughts and turbulent emotions will calm down, and you will soon remember the beauty of your body. Hematite is the stone that helps us take new ways of thinking and being and ground them in our daily reality, bringing light to our lives and to those around us. I mean, hematite is a grounding. I have hematite. I like carry it around with me everywhere. I have it here. I'll show you my hematite. Hematite is when you're feeling a bit off in your life and you hold hematite, you feel like you can get grounded. And if you have this and you're sitting on grass, then that's awesome. But that's you know, anything can ground you if you just put the intention into it. So let's see what else there is here. 44. Come together, we need each other. Where have you been separating yourself or pushing against others in the world and the world? It's interesting because your next card is invite help. So invite the divine to pursue you seriously. Just say, I'm finally ready, God. Pursue me. I mean, pursue me, I don't know about that, but like this feels like the magician kind of is like, you know, go, like you might need help with this King of Swords. So go and ask for help. Go and ask for support. Go and ask for guidance from another to help you take this risk. You know, to help you fly, to help you stand up in your truth, to help you like stand with conviction of this, of your purpose in your life or whatever this is. Because here I feel like you're being asked to, whatever this is, you're being asked to leave someone, unite with someone. The big worry here is the King of Swords that's showing up and trying to come in between, try to make you feel lesser than, make you feel small, and you're not that. And you need to remember that you're this eagle and you're ready to fly. And it's up to you to fly. And if you need help, then you please go out and ask. And you know, I tell God every day, I'm like, I'm ready. I talk to my higher self. I'm ready for whatever it is. And you know, God will know when you're ready and it'll come. But don't get swayed by others. Other people's words and actions and behaviors is not your concern. You're not here to like foster any of this. You're not here to hold or carry any of another person's, unless it's your child. Otherwise, no, it's yours. Choose your life. Choose you. Can you do that? All right, my beautiful Capricorn, this is your reading of the week. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also check out my podcast that's comes out Wednesday and Saturdays. Here you can find it on YouTube or you can find it on Spotify. It's called Welcome to Your Journey. Also like, share, comment, subscribe, and super thanks me if you can. And join my Ko-fi membership for monthly memberships and donations. I appreciate you and I'll see you next week. I love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Aquarius. We got transformation. Okay, so we've been seeing a lot of change moving in for you, Aquarius. And transformation is like the death card. You know, it's more than just moving away from something old and moving into something new. I feel like it's time for you to really embrace that cocoon that you're in right now. It's really going to be uncomfortable. Like, it's time to make some big changes in your life, or small changes, but I think they're big. You're not happy in that job, then do something about it. You're not happy on your path, then do something about it. You're like, someone is like irritating you, express yourself, talk to them. What's all of this about holding back? Oh, because they can't handle me, and that when I say something, I'm too rough. Okay, but that's their perception, right? Are you rough? Are you being mean about it? Like watch your words, of course, always. But to me, there's like this feeling here that you're needing to express yourself, throat chakra. You're needing to find that power within you. Be confident about yourself. Like, why are you holding on to something comfortable? Like, it's not where you are. Like, you're not here to be comfortable. Sorry, Aquarius, but that's not your... If you chose to be Aquarius in this lifetime, then you didn't choose the comfortable path. And you know that already, and I'm sure you can concur with me. So, if you're, like, being comfortable right now, know that it's not going to last long, because the universe is going to be like, no, let's make this change. Lover's card. Harmony. So, I'm going to pull out the other cards because I want to. Ooh! The Seven of Swords. Deception and envy. Ace of Wands is your challenge. All right, peoples. Right away, we see the Lovers and the Seven of Swords. When you see the Lovers and the Seven of Swords as a pair in tarot, it's clear as day, but it doesn't have to be, right? It's like cheating, dishonesty, it's lying, it's stealing from your partner. Or your partner doing that to you. This is something that's been going on for a long time. This is something that's new to you, maybe. This is something that's happened already, perhaps in the past, but it doesn't feel like the past. It feels like the now moment with the Seven of Swords in the now position. Maybe you're lying to yourself about a partner. Maybe you're seeing signs. Doesn't have to be cheating, but it could be just you're seeing like funny signs with this person in your life, and you're like, I'm not comfortable. I feel like there's something wrong. I just can't pinpoint it. Is it only a partner, the Lovers? It could be a business partnership, by the way. It could be a family partnership. It could, whatever this is with someone else. It's not just you feeling this, and you got to be careful here, Aquarius. There's someone in your life that is taking something from you, speaking badly. This is gossip. There's someone gossiping about you behind your back. There's an uncomfortable energy for me, because the Ace of Wands is like, it's time to step into the new, but there's a resistance. You don't even want to step away. You're almost finding comfort, which is what we were talking about. You're okay with this. You're going along with this. Oh, it'll change. Oh, yeah, right now. I'm okay with the fact that this happened. Oh, maybe, maybe maybe it's just me. I'm Aquarius. I'm crazy. I'm uncomfortable now. So maybe, and it's like, no, man, no, this is like, I feel like there's something off here. I feel you're avoiding taking this step because you know that it's gonna, the Ace of Wands is the fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you make this step, you're like, you're moving away from this 100%. But this, you're holding on to something that is not in your best interest. There's someone around you that is not speaking kindly of you, is not acting kindly towards you. And I don't only speak love, I speak business, I speak job, I speak someone that you're close to, like that you have a bond with. The Seven of Swords, in this case, is deception and envy. It's like clear, because the Seven of Swords could be non-conformist, but it's not talking that. This is the card. There's a mask. Someone's wearing a mask around you. Someone is like hiding their true self, but you know it. That's why you're resisting. Like you know it, but you're like afraid to make the move. You're afraid to end the relationship. You're afraid to talk about it. But the Ace of Wands tells me that you've been thinking about it for a long time. It's something that's very clear in your mind, but you're like afraid. And the next card is the light, is the sun. This is like Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag, and this is Leo. So this is all fire. It's all divine masculine energy. Air here, you are here, and your brother fire is here. So these are action cards. These are not cards of sitting around and waiting and doing blah blah. These are cards of like, let's make these moves. The sun card is like, hey, there's the sun is on the other side of that tunnel here. This on the other side of this resistance. If you're ready to make this move, Aquarius, we got your back. We're going to make you shine. Your life is going to take a turn. Like, why are you holding on to this? This is not working. Like, why are you allowing this behavior against you? Why are you allowing someone to treat you this way? physically, emotionally, mentally? Why are you allowing someone to speak ill of you? Why are you resisting this? Greatness is here. It's time to shine your light. You will be rewarded. You will be like validated. You will like be given a new path. A new direction is ready for you. A new relationship, a new partnership, a new whatever. But only when you are brave enough to see what is happening, to confront it, and to change direction. Stop resisting this. You're holding on to something, an old past. You're holding on to fears that have come up from before. Fears, I don't have to say this again, but false evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's all made up in your mind. Take off that mask, Aquarius, and see with your eyes, because the only reason you're holding on to this is fear. The only reason you're holding on to this is because you don't think that you can start fresh. You don't think that you can do this, a new thing. You don't think you can because you don't have the confidence. You don't have I don't have enough money. I don't have you are enough. The sun is here to tell me that you are everything. You don't need to be taking on this and allowing this in your life, because that is playing small, and that is playing in another age, and you're the age of Aquarius. Like, come on, man. You need to be careful here. There's definitely someone in your life that is not aligned with you and is jealous of you, or is unfaithful to you, or is lying. And you know it, because the Ace of Wands is here in reverse. You know it. And it's up to you to find that courage within you to make this change. Freedom, people. That's what comes up for you. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. I mean, this is the lack of freedom. Like, you are holding yourself back. You are you're attaching to someone in your life that perhaps once brought you happiness, perhaps once made you successful, or maybe they're still making you successful, and they're still in your, like, I don't want to leave you, even though he's an asshole or she's this or that, they're stealing money from me. It's that trust in yourself. You need to free yourself from all this that no longer aligns with your soul. That's the only way we move forward. What a light. Wow, Apache tears. A root chakra. See, it's like instability. Here, let's check what this is. 5. Number 5. Before we came to this planet, our souls agreed to experience both love and loss in this lifetime, along with the pleasures and pains of being in our bodies, so that we might experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment and find our destiny. There is great beauty in being broken open, for a heart that has fully expanded with grief is one that truly understands the rejection is God's protection. Faith in something better coming our way will set the wheels in motion for attracting that which we most deserve. Often we simply cannot recognize that there is a far better plan at work than our own. So, like, get ready for something new to come in. You're like, to me, this is very clear that some of you are this is like the final wake-up call kind of thing. It's like, why are you holding on? Why are you attaching to this person? Why are you still there if you know that you need to be somewhere else? Because the sun is here. It's time for you to shine your light. It's time for you to start your path of least resistance. Your final piece of advice is 18. Your purpose is personal expansion. How can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? Okay. So, how can you, like, living with intention is not living like this. Is not allowing this to be in your life. You're not allowing this to guide you. You're not allowing this to stop you. You're not allowing this to live. You know, like the Seven of Swords is an Aquarius energy, by the way, but it's an energy of like misdirection and misguidance, and it's a wake-up call. It's a detour. Like, you know, it's like everything else. They're talking shitty about you. Why would you stay with them? Right? Why would you make up like a story in your mind to actually stay with this person? Where is your integrity in all this? It's time for change, Aquarius. Are you ready? These are big changes. Are you ready to get uncomfortable? But are you ready to leap into your journey? All right. Like, this doesn't get easier. This is good. This is good because this is it. This is like the discomfort. We cannot move into the new if we are not uncomfortable every step of the way. It's like you're moving through that cocoon so you can get ready to fly. Be patient, but also love yourself enough to see the signs, and also love yourself enough to walk away. I love you, Aquarius. Check your rising and your moon. Also check out my weekly podcast, bi-weekly podcast on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We talk about everything, and this week we're talking about vulnerability. So it's a big one. Share, sorry, it was a big one. Share, like, comment, subscribe, and super thanks me if you can. And also join my Ko-fi membership. All the links are below. Donate if you can. I would love you, and just stay strong. And also just stop fooling yourselves. You're not here to change others. You're only here to change with yourself. Let the other people figure this out on their own. All right, Aquarius, I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Pisces. We got Going Forward, which is a freaking beautiful card. This card is all about, like, excuse me, growth and blossoming. Your business is booming. Your what is going on here? You're not expressing yourself. There's like fertility, maybe like you can have babies here. This is like things are making a move. Like you're moving forward, but this is also a message to not look back. Don't get distracted by what's happening around you. Don't get distracted by people's opinions. Don't get distracted by anything. If there's someone around you that's holding you back from moving forward, pay attention. Why are they doing this to me? Like I'm not doing that. You know, it's like being very conscious and aware of where you are right now in this present moment, because things are happening to you right now that are pushing you forward towards abundance, towards more love, towards harvest, towards like success, towards, you know. So if there's things around you, people around you holding you back, pay attention, because nobody gets to hold you back anymore. Pisces, nobody. And it's only because you allow them to. Okay, what's this? Two of Swords, mental conflict. What the frick is starting off like this? Come on, Pisces. So, okay, Two of Swords is like a crossroads. You're like, you're having to make a decision, perhaps. That's why going forward is here. It's like some of you are like having to make a decision with your career, with your relationships, and it's like it's very challenging because you're in your mind. You're like, I need to stay here even though I'm not happy. I need to do this even though, like, because I make a lot of money, even though I don't hate it. You know, like saying that this is the Two of Swords. So let's just look at everything before I talk. Holy jeez. The devil, people, temptation. I gotta give it to Pisces. You're making me end with this. The Hanged Man is in your challenge, which is Pisces energy. It's you. I'm gonna look at all of this. And the 9, Solitude, which is the Hermit energy. So, okay. What is going on? So obviously some of you are challenged by going forward because you got the mental conflict. You have this Two of Swords and this Devil, which is control, manipulation, you know, obsessions, addictions, materialism, greed, you know, all of it right here. Where in your life are you where in your life is it heavy? Where in your life do you know for a fact that your ego is a big player? You know, knowing because the ego is here, it's with us. It's not like it's going away anytime soon. You have a higher ego and you have a lower ego. And the lower ego likes to play in these energies, likes to make you feel worthless, likes to make you feel like you can't live without that handbag, you can't live without that trip, you can't live without this, like the material. The ego makes you think that you're a loser, makes you think that you're like a viral, like, you know, like it makes you feel like it's everything that's of lower frequency. The devil is a Capricorn energy, by the way, and this is a Libra energy. They make you feel, some of it makes you feel great, but in a very low frequency. Like, it's not about money, it's not about status. This is status, power, money, you know, like that's not how going forward looks like in this new age of Aquarius. Let's say you're almost, there's a conflict here. You're like, I want to make a lot of money, I want to be successful, I want to be this, but I don't want to like have to sell my soul on social media, or I don't want to have to sell my soul to my clients, or I don't, you know, like there's a little, that's what you're conflicted with, Pisces. Some of you are heartless, you know, like I know one Pisces watching who's like, yo, I don't care, I'm doing whatever I want, right? Which is fine, and kudos to them. But I feel like there's I don't know. I feel like you're tired. Like you're on the fence because you do love the power and you love the status and you love it. You love the success and you want it. You want it. But at what price? Like you're tired of paying that price. You know deep down, like there's an inner knowing that things are going to work out regardless. But yet you're continuously striving for, like, and you're willing to sleep with the devil, some of you, and some of you are willing to play with the devil. And that's the matrix. The matrix is the only way you can succeed is if you play with us, right? And hence the Two of Swords. You're just like, F my life, what am I doing? And this is like, it could be in relationships. You could be in these very manipulative relationships, these narcissists, these gaslighters. You know, you're in these relationships and you're like, what am I doing? And I'm very aware of them. I'm very aware that this person is manipulating me into staying into this relationship. I'm very aware that they're condescending and demeaning. I'm very aware that they just want me for my money and my power. I'm very aware. You're very aware. And the challenge is being is that awareness. It's like you're stepping back and you're like, I'm like, it's unsettling to me. That I can actually see it. That I actually see myself in this. I actually see my ego playing this part here, or I can see my partner's ego or someone else's ego. Like, you know, this is so, like, I want to go forward, you know? I want to move. I don't want to be distracted by the temptations that are being offered by the devil here in this energy. Like the distractions of what? Of sex, of love, of money, of power, whatever it is, it's all distraction. It's all the inversion of the matrix. It's all in distraction. So how do you want to go towards the sun? How do you want to go find that universal love? How do you want to go find that power, the universal power, the freedom, the peace, the unity? This is not the way. This is an old energy, and you know it. Hence the mental conflict. You know it at a soul level. You know it, Pisces, and you're in massive challenge mode right now. And this is why the Hangman is here, because you know it. You see the bigger picture, but you're resisting it. You're like, it's okay, maybe I can just dabble in this. I could just do like a little bit here and there and still practice my, you know, empathy or whatever. You know, it's like, to me, we're at a place in our lives where there's choices to be made on this journey. It's like, and your soul will constantly remind you every step of the way. Will be like, and you're like, oh, you know? So where do you want, if you want to live in this matrix world, then go for it. It's like, this is it. This is the human experience that you chose, right? And so like, I want to be debaucherous, and I want to like live to the nines and eat all the steaks and the wines and whatever it is. You know, it's not only that, it's just like all of it. You want to live the high life, and so be it. To me, there is this deep inner standing, and that is coming up for you, and you're becoming aware of it, and it's like, it's not comfortable, and you know that going forward, this can't be how you live your life. It's not about the stardom. It's not about how famous you are. It's not about how much money you have. It's not about this. There's a little bit more. And it's like the hermit. And the hermit is inner knowing. It's solitude. It's the inner wisdom that you have. It's this like, you are that pillar of strength. You are it. It's, can you step away from this energy and trust this to be the way you go forward? Or do you want to continue going the road of the temptation, right? Or the road of excess, the road of materialism, the road of whatever it is, ego, the road of fear, of resistance? Or do you prefer to surrender to this path that's completely unknown to you? Pisces, unknown, because it's unknown to everyone, not only Pisces, right? Are you willing to live in the unknown? Because this is afraid of the unknown. And the ego will tell you always that, oh my God, no, you can't do that because you don't know what it is. You need to know. And the fear will kick in. The resistance will kick in. The the tentacles will kick in, and you'll be like, the control. Whereas the hermit is like, no, I don't follow rules. I do what I know to be good for me. I trust the path regardless where it's taking me. I don't need to know where it's taking me. I could see the sun shining there, but maybe it's not even there. I trust it. Are you ready to step away from this in your life, Pisces? This is taking you down a path of knowing, like not knowing, of like of knowing in the sense like of outcome, you know, of like I already know what's going to happen. This is going to happen because I put a lot of money into this, and I'm going to get this investment, and this is going to happen. And this path is like you have no freaking idea what's happening. You know, this is the little challenge for you here, Pisces. Are you ready to step away from the knowledge you've learned and move into the wisdom that you have no freaking idea what's coming up next? And this mental conflict is telling me that you're like between two. You're at this crossroads right now. You're like, oh, this is the ego, and this part is like, oh, you know. There's something interesting happening here for you. Like it's like if you're wanting to have a baby, are you okay if you don't do anything? If you don't do IVF, if you don't do anything, and you trust the universe will take care of it, right? That's a big thing, to trust that. Are you okay to trust the nudge that you need to make a move even if you don't have money? The ego like, oh no, you got to stay here, you got to save money, you got to do this. Can you make that distinction between this ego and this soul, right? Like I always say to people, and a lot of people know this, like the ego is very has an answer for everything. It explains everything to you. Your ego, will willingly tell you you're a loser and you're an idiot and you're stupid and you're dumb and you're whatever, a failure. That your ego will always tell you that. Your soul will never do that to you. Right? If you ask a question to your soul, it's like, should I move? Yes. Your ego never says yes. Your ego says yes because because you have enough money, because you have this. It explains everything. That's how you can decide between the devil and the hermit. So it's up to you to decide where you want to go, because obviously if you want to stay in devil mode, then you stay in devil mode, like that's the choice that you make. But to going forward in this case is like moving into the unknown. It's moving into trusting of the soul, which is going to tell you yes or no, point blank. Right, so what is the advice for you? And Kyanite, I think Kyanite is expression 28. Let's see, 28. Harmony means, I can't see very well, but harmony means that even though we are all different, we can blend our unique voices to create an ethereal chorus that uplifts us all. Although we each have our own ways, we can learn so much and gain tremendous support when we let go of our rigid my way or the highway attitudes, recognizing that we are all imperfect, looking for our commonalities can steady us when we're feeling a bit shaky. Tune into others and work toward harmony. You will find yourself growing and becoming stronger as a result. At this time, honesty is required. Be willing to look more clearly at others, your situation, and yourself so that you can find ways to work together and find common ground if possible. We are all imperfect, but love and a commitment to fairness helps us heal ourselves in our relationships. I mean, it's beautiful, actually. It's not throat. It's very healing. This is like fully understanding yourself and asking for help when, like you can ask for help, like in even discernment of the ego and the inner soul, right? It's like we're in this together. We this is the human experience. We're supposed to live this human earthly experience, and this is the experience of the evolution of this experience. So where do you want to be? And who do you want to trust? And it's that simple, really, right? Change. When the ego, oh, look at that, the ego. Like, anyways, when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. Wow, it's everything I said. It's so fucking amazing. Anyways, all right, I love it. That's it. The ego, at one point, you have the power to diminish the ego. Like, I do that. Every time the ego comes in with their explanation, I'm like, yo, man, not necessary. And it's like, and now when the ego comes in, I'm like, oh, and it's like, you know, so there's a way to have discernment, to have an understanding. So your last piece of advice is, your true tribe can't show up until you do. How can you show more of the real you? Which is like so poignant, because you are in the process with these two cards showing your true essence. So what is your true essence? And I'm not saying that the devil is bad and the hermit is better, right? So who are you playing right now? You're playing the dark, and you're playing the light. You know, again, I don't see distinction between dark and light. It's like a polarity, but these are the polarities that are playing out right now in your life. And so some of you are working in the shadow, and it's okay, right? It's okay to be in this shadow moment. This is like, okay, Sabrina, I'm like debaucherous right now, and I feel like it. I'm like, okay, go for it. But this is what the going forward to me is speaking of. If I take these two, this is the distractions on your path, and this is the light. So, and it again, light. This is the sunlight over here. So as you move onto this journey, you will have distractions, and this is your soul saying it's okay. It's okay to have the distractions, but be aware. Stand in the awareness of it. You know, don't fall into the trap of it. Don't fall into the trap of this relationship that, you know, like, change is yours and yours alone. It's only you that can make this change, if you want. Okay, I don't want to like shit on the devil too much, because I don't think it's right to shit on the devil, because if you're in devil mode right now, then so be it. That's who you are right now. You want to live that kind of life, but that's your choice, and you have to be also conscious of it, with how it affects everyone in your life. Because, you know, you could be a devil, and you could be like whatever it is for you, and it's affecting and influencing other people. So that's the work of the human. That's the work of the soul. The soul is uplifting. It rises the vibration. The devil doesn't. It lowers the vibration. It makes you live in like fear, and it makes you live in resistance, and it makes you live in defensiveness. You know, it makes you live in like this struggle, this fear of failure, this, you know, and that's what it is, and it's okay. And if that's where you choose to live in, so be it. Who am I to tell you to? But this is what's happening here. This is the path. Is which path are you willing to choose, and to become more discerning of it and become more aware of it. Wow, Pisces. Okay, you're amazing. Okay, I hope this made sense. I know it's a general reading, by the way. I cannot go into too many specifics of relationships, and when I feel the reading to be this way, I just have to go with it. So check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also check out my podcast, Welcome to Your Journey, which airs Wednesday and Saturday. I have it on this channel as well as Spotify. We talk about everything, the energies. This Wednesday we're talking about vulnerability, which is a big one. And like, share, comment, subscribe as usual. It helps with my channel. Super thanks me if you can. Enjoy my Ko-fi membership for memberships. I love you, and I will see you next week. Stay strong. Love you. Bye. So crazy.